Hey, look at there. You see him? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home red state update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
All right, got a good sponsor this week. Same as last week, going to extend it for another week now. If you don't want your child getting a shot, which you shouldn't do that. If you're supposed to get measles shot, whatever kind of vaccine, take your child to do it. But if you one of them crazy people don't want to do that, or think it's wrong, or whatever it is, bring that young'un on down to Jackie's Market down here, because out in the parking lot, Dr. Bird lady, she's going to be down there. She's got this salve, this ointment. Don't say nothing. Don't say. Got this salve ointment. The doctor's going to put it right here on the chest. Take care of them just like that shot would. So bring them on down. Don't let them be open to germs and everything. For whatever reasons, if you're crazy and want them to be that way, don't be that way. Come down here and let Dr. Bird lady rub something on them. Take care of them better than a shot. Of course, getting stuff rubbed on ain't it, make a child used to cry when you get a shot, you cry. Down here, it's just that smell makes them cry. But the smell don't last long.
The motion is a calming. Rubbing something on a child, that calms them down.
It's a little warm. You have to heat it up to get it.
The smell is bad, though.
It's the smell get into the youngins. A youngin ain't been around that long enough to get that many smells to know what.
No, I remember. You always remember some of your first smells.
Well, that's probably one of them, but you also remember being healthy year round. So bring on down here, and I want to say something right now. Look. I said something on here, and I wasn't trying to be political or whatever. I said something about Dr. Bird lady. Now, Dr. Bird lady I've known for years and years and years, a good friend of mine, and all I said was you ought to be able to go to the bathroom where you need to. Go where, if you got to go, you got to go. And all this stuff going on up in North Carolina and other places, I wouldn't even talk about that. I just wanted to say something about my friend. Now, look. Target's doing something and making people mad, whatever. Target has 2 bathrooms. They got a men's room and a ladies' room. Here at Jackie's Market, I ain't got but one damn bathroom to begin with, so it don't matter. It's, whoever's got to go, whoever's got to go. Go in there. So here, it ain't got nothing to do with Target and stuff. So let me tell you right now, these men, these supposedly Christian men, I'm a good Christian. I don't go to church as often as I should. I'm a good Christian. And Jesus tells me what to do in the good book, and I pray and I know what to do. Now, these men say that they're Christians and do that. Is Jesus telling them to stand around in bathrooms? Is that what the Lord is telling these men? Because he wouldn't tell me to do that. It'd be a waste of my time. I got to work. I got to do things in the world. I ain't going to stand around in the bathroom. So go do it at Target or wherever. Got 2 bathrooms. Do that. Don't come down here and stand in the bathroom because nobody can go when you're in there. Nobody can.
Yeah, it says occupied when you go in there.
When you slide, if you lock the thing, it does. It gets stuck occupied sometimes, but either way. But you just standing there for no reason. Don't even nobody know you're in there.
They've been doing it in shifts.
I guess Jesus knows.
That's what they said.
I run them out of here. Well.
They're coming in through that window. They took the vent out and they coming in through that window. Jesus in my heart, lives in my heart. He tells me to live fruitful life, spread the word when I can, do that sort of thing. He does not tell me to stand around in the bathroom 24 hours. Well, you self-employed, it'd be hard. Something he's the government.
What are these men doing? Do they got a job?
One of them works for the city, and he took a vacation.
And that's what Jesus wanted him to do on his vacation, stand in my bathroom.
Well, he divorced. The wife took her kids. He ain't got. What's he gonna do? Go to Panama City Beach? He said, "Hell, it's beach sitting around at home."
There ain't room but one person in there. First off, you can't get more than 2 people in there. It's like one stall with a door on it, and you go with. So First off, like the shed occupied, whatever, like that. And if you don't leave it, you scare people half to death when they open it up and you stand there if you don't do the occupied. But if you're doing the occupied, then you in there by yourself for hours on end and nobody here can go to the bathroom when they need to. Dr. Birdlady standing outside helping children with crazy parents, and you won't let her go to the bathroom or anybody else for that matter here. So that's just... You got to go to a different church than I do, because the good Lord wants me doing good things in the world, just trying to go on about your life in a good way. He never said stand around the bathroom all day. Never did.
Riri puts in car stereos down at Thump Thump's.
I don't care what to do. Tell them go stand. There's Targets. Nashville, there's Target. Go up there. Stand in the bathroom all day. If that's what you really got to do. All I said is somebody I know for years, I ain't got but one bathroom. It ain't even political. It ain't but one bathroom. Ain't girls, ain't boys, ain't nothing written on it. The only word on it is occupied when you pull the thing over.
And nobody wants to go in that bathroom anyway. No matter how they identify.
If you got to go to the bathroom, you go in there. There ain't no other reason to go in there. It ain't there for a fun time or for Jesus or anything. It's just go to the bathroom. That's all you can do in there.
If you identify as having a nose, you don't want to ever go in that bathroom.
Well,
I remember the first time I smelled that bathroom. I remember that.
I put every kind of cake or whatever you want to call it down in there.
It just makes it worse.
Well, it ain't for smelling. It's for going. That's all it's for. Just go in there and do your business. Get the hell out. That's what it should be for any damn bathroom. That's what it should be. No matter where it is. But if you won't stand in there for Jesus, so be it. Just go do it. Go do it like in a ladies' room. This one's, what do you call it? What's the right term?
Unisex.
Unisex, universal, wherever. Now, people who, they got their own thing to change a baby or something like that. This ain't for that even. If you had a baby go in there.
Don't let a baby go in there.
You can't set it down nowhere. No. There ain't nowhere to set down,
And you wouldn't want to if you could.
I didn't do that because I don't like babies. It just wasn't set up that way. That's it.
Let me ask you this. And I thought about this today. It come to me. I was like, that's a genius idea. And I was like, I bet some asshole online has taken this idea and used it already. And I'm going to say it on this podcast. And everybody's going to write in and say, yeah, like Glenn Beck said that.
What is
so
it?
I guess you're an asshole too. Here's my idea. This seems like this could be the dawning of a new age of bathroom attendants. Everybody needs a job.
That's fancy place like that.
Fancy place, sure. Let's take that 1% idea and bring it down to the 99% idea.
All right.
Not get it?
Ain't no room to be an attendant at the bathroom here.
I think if you got a bathroom, you have an attendant, and people just naturally, it doesn't matter if the attendant is male or female. They're an attendant, so it's sort of like they're casteless. Right. They belong to they're sort of at the bottom of the rung, so it's like our sexual hang-ups don't apply to them. They don't even deserve them. Right. So the bathroom attendant just stands in there. And they just sort of like that way everybody's free. Like you can send your kids on in there. Not worried about transgendered people, but just, you worry about sending your kids in anywhere. That's the problem. People worried about sending their kids places. We need more bathroom attendants. Get the jobs going. Open them up. Open up the floodgates of the jobs and get some people on the employment rolls. Let them stand around in the bathrooms instead of these Jesus people. Let them stand in there, then nobody cares because we've got a person with a job so terrible that nobody can get mad at them.
Right.
That way they can't say, well, that bathroom attendant let a transgender person come in there. I said, well, yes, I did because I'm the bathroom attendant and all are welcome. I stand guard here, and if you're worried about a transgender person coming onto your 4-year, I don't even understand. But rest assured that did not happen, and all you have to do is tip me $1, and I will give you a mint. And everything is fine.
Some of them get a little towel or something like that.
Maybe a little towel.
A little towel.
It doesn't matter. And they can be female. I think this is
Now, I'm old-fashioned. I don't like, first off, go bathroom around men, let alone woman. If a woman's in there, I'm going to hold it till I get to a bathroom where I can just do my business. Because it ain't nothing. I'm better, she better, worse, anything. That's just me, old-fashioned. I'm embarrassed.
Okay, how about this? Bathroom attendants, blindfolded and with headphones on. Noise-canceling headphones.
Don't make a damn bit of sense.
But they have a sensor. There are panic buttons all over the, not just like one in the stalls next to the toilet paper. Not just next to just the walls are lined with them. That these bathroom attendants who have have somehow stumbled into a role that makes them beneath pity. They are sensory deprived. But when a child or anybody, maybe somebody has a heart attack sitting on the toilet.
All right.
You know how often that happens?
I don't keep up with it.
Should I ask my phone?
No, don't ask your phone anything about the bathroom.
They hear a little beep beep, and then they go, well, shit, somebody. Okay, I guess I got to take this off, and then they take it off, and they come to your rescue. I think the bathroom attendant is the way to go. I'm not saying we need attendants to keep transgendered people off of children. I'm just saying.
What that?
I just think it's a good idea. Hell. I just think I don't get enough. Sometimes I have really good ideas that could change the future of the country. And
we didn't mean to get on politics. I just want to say out right now, if you believe in Jesus, go. I'm glad you believe in Jesus, but I don't think you listen to him.
It's just a needless reassurance.
There's no reason for him to be in the bathroom. Unless if you got to go in the bathroom, if you believe in Jesus and he wants to definitely go to the bathroom to go. That's what it's there for, but not to stand around. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to derail your sponsor. Folks, come on down.
It's more about crazy people won't give a child vaccine. That's what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about crazy people touching your child in the bathroom.
Dr. Bird Lady, rub a salve made of dead birds onto your child.
It ain't made of dead bird.
So that ghost bird can snatch them out of your arms.
It's made of herbs and spices and mentholated is in it somehow.
Yeah, herbs and spices is what you put on dead birds.
No, you don't put herbs and spices on dead bird unless you eating it there at the table or something like this. This is all natural. It ain't got no dead in it at all.
No, it's what he's been doing, and this has been proven in a laboratory. No, Dr. Bird Lady has been what she's been doing. Sorry,
you better watch it right now.
What Dr. Bird Lady has been doing is cooking down all the birds that die in her care in a big vat. And she had to learn some of the dark arts to protect her from ghost bird.
What?
But I don't know if it's the dead bird cooked down salve that's rubbed on all these kids that's been attracting ghost bird, or if it's ghost bird just saying, you think all the dark arts you learned can protect you from me? But a lot of these anti-vaxxers are having their children ripped from their arms by ghost bird. It's been reported by like 3 different families.
What are you talking about?
It hadn't made the news because the news thinks they don't want to be laughed out of.
Don't say that. No, those children is keeping them safe from measles and everything else. Germs, all that stuff.
I mean, it's not proven. To me, it's like if there's any doubt that this salve causes ghost bird to swoop down out of the skies and snatch their children from their arms. I just don't trust it. I don't want that salve going on my child.
Don't know where
I don't know for sure.
I never heard this before in my life.
That ghost bird ain't gonna swoop down. It happened to the Andersons.
What?
It happened to the Coopers.
Who?
And it happened to the Wolf-Blitzers.
Oh, hell.
3 different families here in Murfreesboro.
I ain't talked to any of them. It would have been in the news. Mr. Children be in the news. No, don't believe this is made up.
I'll tell you what,
this
the media's covering it up because Inky was drawing a cartoon for the Daily News Journal where a ghost bird was coming and snatching.
He can draw whatever.
And the Daily News Journal said, "Put your pen down.
Don't make it real. This is a bunch of bull. Those children are fine. They're safe from viruses, measles, disease, all that stuff, all year round. Come get some. It ain't dead birds either. Come bring your youngin' down here. Let Dr. Bird Lady take a look at them and rub what they need on them.
So that's Dr. Bird Lady with dead birds cooked down into a viscous solution.
It ain't dead birds cooked down to nothing.
Rubbed onto your children to attract a vengeful.
Just don't even say the word. It's
Spirit
bad luck. It's bad luck
of the
to
skies.
even say that word. So don't even say it.
I got a sponsor this week, Jackie. I think you're really going to like them.
Man, I don't know.
Folks, if you remember it last week, we sort of have been on had a couple of story arcs going here where I told you the story of Mikey Growler a few weeks ago, and he had a run of bad luck, and sounded like another typical depressing small-town idiot with no money standing in the middle of the street crying because everything gone wrong.
Call me idiot, boy.
Well, that is not what it was. I called Mikey Growler's secretary. I said, how much did Mikey Growler make last week through his business? Look at this frog to go.
What?
She said, well, we don't have the exact figures in, but it was about $300 million.
That is a bunch of bull. They didn't make $3, let alone $300 million, anything. No.
$300 million. Folks, can you believe it? You heard his humble beginnings right here on this very show just a few weeks ago. He went out, he found a box in the trash, he found a frog in the water, and he said, people, would you look at this frog? And millions have said, yes,
Nobody said anything.
Yes.
I looked
Show me that frog. What'd you think of it when you saw it?
It looked like a frog with something grown out of it. That's it. But no way he made anywhere near any kind of that money. That's a bunch of bull.
On the ground floor. Now, that was before the app, before he bought that charger. Now you just get on your mobile device and you say, drive over here and show me that frog. And now he has a fleet of chargers and a fleet of frogs. And folks all over this country are getting a chance to look at this frog. And Mikey Growler, a local boy, made good. It just goes to show you, just when you think you are at your lowest point, that's when, I don't know, call it luck, call it fortune, call it the good Lord above. Somebody takes a liking to you and says, you know what, I don't want you to get no lower than that. I don't even know if that's possible. Let me offer you a hand up, and you take that hand, and then $300 million later, glory be. Glory be.
I give money because I want not to see a damn frog because man's down on his luck. You try to help him out. He went through a lot. I understand that. I give him the money. Since I gave him some money, he went ahead and showed it to me. And like I said, it's a frog with a thing on it. Ain't 3 million people out there anyone drive over a house with a frog in a box or whatever he keeps it in. There's a bunch of bull. Nobody gave him that much money.
And folks, so many of you have reached out to me and said, Dunlap, I was so inspired by that story, and that made such a difference in my life when I was feeling lower than Mikey Growler that first week you told this story. That was a real turning point for me, and I absorbed some of those lessons, and I turned my life around. I love it when your podcast tells stories like that can make a difference in somebody's life, that can turn lives around. Instead of all this, bad news, this person got killed, this person got stabbed, this person got beheaded, a tree fell on this person, the wind blew this person over. I can't take any more of the bad news. Do you have any more good news? Well, let me tell you a story about a man we refer to around here as Green Bean.
What?
Now, Green Bean, as you know, he was one of the Christian vegetables. He was living the life of Riley, high on the hog.
I don't know about that.
He was famous. He was the proud owner of a green bean suit. He had everything a person could ask for.
He wouldn't take it off. He's crazy as hell is what he is. This is a homeless person, crazy. You shouldn't be talking about him, and you shouldn't be taking any money from him. He's a crazy homeless person, and you took money. You're supposed to give them money.
Well, it's $25 to sponsor this show. That's been since day one.
Sweep the parking lot, give him a sandwich, one or the other. But don't take any money from him.
So, Green Bean after he was let go from the Christian Vegetables, I would say he was in something of a downward spiral. He lost everything. Could not find work. Lost friends, family. Wound up in the Bakken oil fields. Was a bare-knuckled fighter. Took a beating. Taking a beating was his primary skill. But as the nights grew longer and colder, he dug deep down inside himself, and he found some skills and the will to survive that made him into a vicious, oftentimes cruel fighter. There are many songs. A lot of the men up there in the Dakotas bring their guitars on their backs and their Hyundais as they drive to find fortune in the oil fields. And they all write songs and ballads about each other. That's mostly what they do, is write ballads about each other. Right. But the ballads of Green Bean are plentiful on the oil fields
ballads
of the Dakotas.
Of Green Bean.
Every fight he had got a ballad about it. I mean, I don't know if you've been up to the oil fields.
No, I ain't been up there. I know where it is. I ain't been.
Well, if you went up there, they'd probably write a ballad about you.
Well, I don't need no
mostly
ballad
what they
written
do.
About me. And what, they write ballads about every homeless person that wanders through there?
So, well, yeah.
Well,
I mean, that's mostly what they got. So he was up there in them oil fields.
About this. Ain't nothing to write a song about. Should be ashamed for that.
What about Leonard Skinner?
Well, he was not necessarily homeless. He was poor. You don't. You know,
I'm sure he had some place to
look. I don't know if he lived in the street.
His fighting career continued until some old boys got tired of losing to him. They found some golf clubs, because you can find anything on the side of the road up there in the Dakotas, and they decided to take those clubs and just beat the shit out of them.
All right.
Green Bean, he's back here in town because he looked in his Entertainment Weekly and he saw that Mikey Growler and his Look at This Frog was in the It List or whatever paid advertisement section of Entertainment Weekly was. Green Bean has been a subscriber since 1990. And no matter how bad things got, he never let that subscription lapse. And he said, look at this. He was inspired, just like so many of you have been inspired. He said, look at this in this magazine. Here's an old boy from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, just like me, except he ain't got a green bean costume that is fused to his skin because he refused to take it off.
It don't even look like Green Bean. It look like a bunch of rags. He's a homeless man. Don't take money from him.
And some of that fracking mutated something so that a vein of his grew into the costume. So if you cut the costume, sometimes it bleeds his own human blood.
Yes.
He said, he's just like me. And he got on a bus. He come back down here to Murfreesboro, and something's wrong with him. I mean, just from being hit in the head that many times.
He needs to be in a home somewhere or something like that.
He don't need to be
wandering around and people taking $25 from him.
And he got down here, and he...
you don't know how the hell did he get $25 to give you?
He lost that frog that he found. He found a frog, and he was going to show it to him. He was like, look at this other frog was his business. But the frog got away from him, and he was walking down the side of the road, and that tire come off that car and hit him, and then that Great Dane got loose. You remember that? That Great Dane got loose from that yard and knocked him down. Just a string of bad luck. And then since then... not to depress you, but he was walking under an awning after it had rained.
Why was
all the water come down on him.
Walking on an awning?
Under an awning. What did I say? On an awning?
I wouldn't put that past him, though. I'd check and make sure he'd be up there climbing around stuff because he's crazy as hell.
No, he doesn't get on the roofs much anymore. His moon night phase is over.
I don't need the comings and goings of a crazy homeless person. None of it's going to make any sense to me, so why waste your breath on it?
Well, after that awning, and then he was walking by the big flag by the car lot. This was that day it rained, then it got real windy, and then the giant flag flew off the flagpole at the car lot, and it nearly smothered it. Like it nearly crushed it. It smacked him with such force. And then it just landed on him, and it took 18 men to get it off of him. And then they saw it was him, and they. You know how you can just tell when people are like, oh, we're saving somebody's life. And they're like, oh, him? And he saw that. You don't Like if you get close to him and you can smell him and it registers on your face, or you say like something's really wrong with him and that registers on your face, like he's at himself enough to know that. So don't get right up on him and then display your disappointment. Don't get right up
on him and do anything. He sees colors, everything else. Lord knows what he sees.
Well, folks, this is where the story arc goes whoop,
right.
Goes up and cheers you up. Because I know a lot of y'all sitting there like, I can't take much more of this. No, you can't. And here's where it gets where you don't have to take it anymore.
Right.
It's more just like a gentle acceptance. Because, folks, Green Bean, I don't know if you could call this success. Yeah, I will. I'll call it success.
Right.
I think Green Bean has finally found success, Jackie.
Well, all right, whatever.
He's been running around in the swamps off of Stone River preaching to the frogs.
Preaching to the frogs? What the hell are you talking about running around the Stone River? What is preaching to the frogs? What the hell does that even mean?
He's got Church of Frogs. He started Church of Frogs.
Church of Frogs?
Yeah, he said he's just going to live in the swamps now. And he went down there to get another frog, and he slipped in the mud. You know, it's easy.
All right.
It's easy to slip in a swamp.
So he down by the river just screaming at frogs is what he's doing. That's
yeah.
Well,
they listen to it.
They don't listen to anything.
I said, well, can people come down here and listen to you too? And he said, yes, all are welcome. I said, well, okay, I'll tell everybody that. And he said, no humans allowed.
What?
And I said, well, can people bring their frog, if they have a pet frog, maybe in an aquarium, bring their frog down here to get saved?
What the hell are you talking about?
And he just laughed at me and said, you have no idea. So I don't know.
He's crazy. Why do you...
But he give me $25.
I want to know how he's getting $25. That scares the hell out of me.
I don't know. It's a good question. It is a good question. I'll follow up.
Well, he's giving you $25. That's 2 weeks in a row. That's $50.
That ain't bad.
What the hell is he doing? I ain't never seen him out there, panhandling. He don't get change or nothing like that because he's too crazy. Don't want nobody to go up to him and give him nothing.
I'm going to say Obama.
What?
So, folks, go down if you can hide in the reeds and want to hear somebody preaching to some frogs. Go on down to Green Bean, Church of Frogs. That's Church of Frogs in the swamps right off Stones River. Yeah. You're going to want to get down there and hear the Word of God.
After 8 years of Obama, we're all lucky we ain't down there with him. Got a sponsor. Let me try a little bit of this right now. I'll do my sponsor this week. Try what he does, jazz it up. Is that what the say? Try to make it like
life is an audition.
I ain't got a little song or nothing, but I'll just do my sponsor. As you've been listening on here a few weeks ago, past 2 weeks actually, she been down there. A good friend of mine, personal friend, Dr. Ladybird. Bring a young down here.
Dr. Ladybird.
Dr. Bird Lady. Dr. Bird Lady, that's Lady Bird Johnson. I get confused.
Dr. Ladybird's pretty good.
Well, you tell her if she wants to change it, I'll say it however she wants me to. But it's Dr. Bird Lady is how you're supposed to say it, I think. Anyway, she's been down here. All these youngers got terrible parents and won't let them get, vaccinated when they're supposed to get vaccinated with real medicine,
Anti-vaxxers.
Yeah, whatever you call them, hippies, all that. I ain't seen this many hippie, long-haired people come down the store since Bonnaroo or something like that.
Our Bonnaroo generation had kids.
It's pitiful. I know it. It's just like more and more of them.
That have kids screwing out in the middle of a field.
All right.
And the kids get born, and all of a sudden they're like, well, I'm worried about their health.
Well, they were all bringing their youngers down here, and I tolerated that. I usually don't like certainly a bunch of people like that here at the store, but it was for the youngins, so that was fine. Now, as you know, Dr. Bird Lady said this salve or something is made with special herb spices, all natural. You rub it on your youngin's chest, it stays on there, and it just helps them get better. You know, if you ain't going to get them the shots that they need and get something like measles mumps, this stuff's going to keep it away from them, too. And maybe not as good as an actual shot, but good enough, better than nothing is what I say. So bring them down here. Well, Dr. Bird Lady had to head on down the road. She can't stay in one place too long. Nope. It's always been got birds to sell, birds
authorities to catch. After her.
Well, no, ain't no authorities after her. Don't say that. She'd gone, and while I'm saying she's gone, I want to go ahead and tell all these Christian groups or claim to be Christian groups, you can quit standing in my damn bathroom. Because in the back, I can't keep an eye on the bathroom door the whole time. I can't. I gotta work, I gotta run register, everything else, and I'll run somebody out of there with a broom, and then I get back to work, and there's somebody else just replacing them.
Jackie came out in support of his transgender friend, Dr. Bird Lady, and ever since then, these Christian groups have been standing around Jackie's gross bathroom.
Well, no reason to stand around in that if that's what Jesus tells you to do. If that's what Jesus wants you to do, is stand in the bathroom, you know.
I went in the bathroom right in front of them. I said, I'll run you out of here, and I'd sit down on that toilet, and I did, too.
All right.
They got the hell out of there.
All right. Well,
they said, 4-year-old girl or not, I can't stay in here a second longer. And I said, good, get on out of here.
Well, they ain't that good. You supposed to do your business. You were doing what you're supposed to do.
That's right.
I don't know what they're doing.
I mean, it still felt a little unnatural.
I don't want to hear about it. I don't like to hear about anything in the bathroom. It's bad enough what's going on in the world right now.
What we did was we all of us sitting there drinking and eating them tater logs from Dodge's and that cheese dip. We get them tater logs from Dodge's, and we'd open up some of them cans of Frito cheese dip you sell here, dip it in there. And we just started basically running a train on using that bathroom, just one of us after the other.
Don't say it like that.
And then we'd say, well, I got to go now. And they said, well, I'm going to stand in here. I don't know who's going to come in here or who's got a little girl. I said, you stay in here as long as you like. And in about 30 seconds, they'd be like, I got to go.
It don't matter.
Sorry, Jesus, I got to get out of here.
It don't matter. If there's a little,
I wasn't even the worst one. I wasn't even the worst one in there. Hey, people come out of there, I'd be like, good Lord, are you doing that just to help the transgender community? They said, I don't know what come out of me. If it helps transgender community, good.
Just shut it.
I feel better, most importantly.
Don't need to hear about what you're doing now. I don't want to know all that. Good if they ran out, because that's what you're supposed to. It's a one. Little girl, little boy, don't make it different. It's a one bathroom. It ain't a man's or woman's or anything. It's a one bathroom. People got to
make a stand. People got to, like when they sitting out there in that Chick-fil-A drive-thru with the air conditioner running, wolfing down them sandwiches. That's when Mike Huckabee got fat again. People, doesn't matter if it does anything. Well, they want to do their part to keep people down.
Yes, well. Go Target, keep them down, do whatever you got to do. I hadn't seen you here, but let me say it again. Dr. Bird Lady, which you shouldn't have no problem with Dr. Bird Lady, out there helping youngins, helping children, and you sitting there doing this, standing in the bathroom. But anyway, she's moved on, so no reason to be here. Now, there's some people couldn't get the youngins down here, and let me tell you, don't you worry about it, because I got a brand new product down at Jackie's store. You can get it. It's a Dr. Bird Lady's formula salve, non-dead bird formula salve for youngins who don't like medicine. So come on down.
What was that again?
It's Dr. Bird Lady's non-dead bird formula salve for youngins who don't like medicine. And I got it in a little plastic jars down here. Come down here and get you one. Rub it on your youngin if they're seeing signs of something coming, or rub it on them if they're healthy as can be to keep it off of them. So, they had to put non-bird, dead bird.
Right, this is because it's made out of dead birds.
It says on the thing, non-dead birds. It says it on there. It does. People say rumors about people for I don't know why.
Because what Dr. Bird Lady has been doing was she was cooking down all the birds that die in her care into this viscous solution that she would then rub onto the children
natural
of anti-vaxxers.
It's got the smell of a small dead thing, I'll give you that. But it's herbs and spices. It ain't got nothing to do. Hold your youngin's nose, rub some on there. It says it right in the FDA'd be all over Dr. Bird Lady. They'd be chasing her up and down if this didn't say it. Because it says right there on it. They are not. It says right there on the jar, non-dead bird. Dr. Bird Lady's non-dead bird formula salve for youngins that don't like medicine. Says it on there. It works. And like I said, you should get your child, go get the shots. But if you lazy hippie didn't come down here past a couple of weeks, don't want your youngin to get sick, bring them on down here and get a jar of this.
So there are some anti-vaxxers who are too lazy. Do you think that some of this is just laziness? That they just too tired to take their kids to get shots, and they just pass it off as
if you get after a hard day's work, they sit hard work. Hippies don't work, but they sitting there working, smoking dope all day, and the youngin says, "Dad, I need to get my shots," which I don't know what youngin does that. And he goes, "No, no."
Some of them today they can look online.
That's true. He said, "No, it make you sick. We ain't going. Wouldn't put it past any hippie." Due to laziness, whatever it is.
Attracts. I can't figure out if Dr. Bird Lady is pandering to these anti-vaxxers or taking advantage of them.
What? Pandering, taking it ain't got nothing to do with that. It's for the children, and ain't got nothing to do with the
So you're selling her anti-medicine that's made out of dead birds and attracts ghost bird spirit in because. Folks, I don't know if you've heard about this, but the children of these hippies, these anti-vaxxer children, they have been getting snatched out of their parents' greasy hippie arms.
That's not true. These are rumors.
You can ask the Andersons. You can ask the Coopers. You can ask the Wolf-Blitzers.
What?
Blitzens. It's
Don't
Blitzen.
ask anybody
I had the name wrong
anything.
last week. It's Wolf Blitzens.
See, people asking questions like that is how these rumors get started. There ain't nothing. First off, ain't no dead bird in it. It ain't. No, it says it on the thing. Non-dead bird.
What's in it?
Formula salve. Herbs and spices.
That's what you put on dead birds.
What do you mean you put on dead birds?
When you eat them.
Oh, when you cook them and that. This not for eating. This ain't for cooking. It's for rubbing. You just take it and rub it on the youngin's chest. And they'll sit there and whine about it, but they going to whine about a shot, and you ain't going to do that. So to put some of this on the chest, let them whine a little bit till the smell dies down, keeps them from getting measles, helps your child, but more importantly, helps all the other children whose parents did the right thing, took them down there to get a shot. So if you hippie and you're lazy, one hippie, if you're living on one of them commune or something, just cut loose, come get a jar, take it down there for the rest of them. Do something.
I just am worried because now before you were just helping out your friend, and now she's moved on to wherever, just out of reach of the long arm of the law.
It ain't got nothing to do with the law. It's got to do with, being mobile, a business on the road. It's like traveling salesmen used to do years and years ago. It's just like that, except with birds and medicine.
But now you're the one selling this. So now your hands are...
What do you mean my hands or what?
Are full of dead birds.
No, there ain't no dead bird in any of it.
When is ghost bird going to swoop through the window?
Don't start that. See, you just saying that is bad luck. Don't say it.
We don't know if this attracts ghost bird.
Just don't say anything.
If it's out of revenge for all the dead birds that are being cooked down.
Over again. The more you say it, the more likely something awful is going to happen, so just keep your mouth shut. We're trying to keep young children healthy with terrible parents, and it's got no dead birds. Says it right there on it, non-dead birds. Come down, put some on your young and keep them getting sick. And more importantly, like I said, other children from getting sick.
So that is Dr. Bird Lady's... what was it again?
It's Dr. Bird Lady's non-dead bird formula salve for youngins that don't like medicine.
It's available at Jackie's
It doesn't
store.
say all that on the jar. It just says non-dead bird. Main thing on it is what it says because some people put out rumors and said awful stuff. So
Jackie, I got a sponsor this week that I think you're really gonna like. Do you have a taste for a biscuit?
A what?
Do you have a taste for a biscuit? Are you hungry? You craving biscuits?
I like biscuit. I don't necessarily want one right now.
Who doesn't want one right now? Son, biscuits are delicious, and when you get your biscuits from new restaurant here in Murfreesboro, the Biscuit Bucket, you can rest assured that you are getting a bucket full of the most delicious biscuits Murfreesboro has ever seen.
Wow.
Come on down, get you a bucket full of biscuits at the Biscuit Bucket. Get you some butter for them biscuits. Get you some homemade preserves. Summer's coming up, and all the fruits are available.
Make me hungry just saying that. I ain't
get some
heard of
peach
this
preserves.
place.
Get you some strawberry preserves. Get you some blueberry preserves. Get you some blackberry preserves.
Biscuit Bucket's the name of it?
Biscuit Bucket. They
I
sell
never
them in
heard of
these little buckets, Jackie. It's the cutest thing you ever seen. Get you a bucket full
sounds
of
good.
biscuits. Go down there, Biscuit Buckets. They got breakfast sandwiches at the Biscuit Bucket.
I'll go down there tomorrow. Where's it at?
It's in the Biscuit District, where all of Murfreesboro's best biscuit restaurants are. Just go on down to the Biscuit District and look for the Biscuit Bucket. Jackie, the Biscuit Bucket. That's the Biscuit Bucket down in the Biscuit District.
Biscuit District. That's a lot of. That ain't one. There's a bunch of places, bunch of biscuit places there. So where particular is it at the Biscuit District?
The Biscuit District, folks. When you come down here to Murfreesboro, Tennessee on your summer vacation, you're gonna want to hit up the Biscuit District. It is a large district here in Murfreesboro, full of biscuit restaurants, and Biscuit Bucket is the newest one there in the Biscuit District. Yes,
in the fall, they have the Biscuit Fair, Biscuit Festival, all those things on the Biscuit District.
All the different biscuit events come down here in the fall. You're gonna want to get in on those delicious biscuit events. Go down to Biscuit District. Stop at one of the friendly gas stations here in town. They'll give you a map of the Biscuit District. And look for the Biscuit Bucket.
Well, if I was to get a map from a Biscuit District, where would a part of the Biscuit District be? Where would that be if I need to go to the Biscuit Bucket, if I want to try it?
Yeah, just down there. I mean, kind of towards the end of the back of it.
What do you
where
mean?
it backs up against the swamps there.
What do you mean? In the back of it?
I mean, towards the back of it. Towards the back of the it's in Biscuit Alley.
Oh hell! You sending people down to the Biscuit Alley?
Don't go alone.
That's the most dangerous place in it. I don't care how good the food is. It ain't worth risking my life over.
Well, you ain't had these biscuits.
Well, I ain't had them, and I don't know if I'm gonna go get some. If that's a bad location, somebody should have told them don't open Biscuit District. Absolutely, they should be in the Biscuit District. There's plenty of places there, and it's fine. But if they gonna be in the Biscuit District, don't put yourself in the damn Biscuit Alley. That's the most dangerous place. One of the most dangerous places in Murfreesboro.
Do you know what the biscuit rents are like in the Biscuit District? It's hard for a new Biscuit Bucket restaurant, a new biscuit restaurant to come up and just say, well, I'm going to open up in the Biscuit District. Of course you are. Where are you going to get that money? Well, I ain't spent a lot of money on these little buckets to put biscuits in. Well, then where are you going to put your restaurant? Or what, you want to put it over there next to the overpass? Like, no, I want to be in the Biscuit District. Well, then I don't know what you're going to be able to afford unless you're looking at Biscuit Alley.
Oh, that's when you close up shop right there and say, well, I guess I ain't ready to do this yet. I need to save some more money.
They got security guards, and they close at 4 p.m.
Still,
it's safe enough to go get you 3 or 4 old boys.
If you in the Biscuit District and you in the back down that alley, down Biscuit Alley by the swamp, it don't matter what time of day it is. The fumes, everything what do you call it, come off of the swamp keeps it cloudy, murky. No, sir, don't you go down Biscuit Alley. You can't see hardly see your hand in front of you. You don't know who's in there. You don't know who's going to do something. Don't go down. I'm not in good conscience going to tell somebody, I don't care if it's sponsored or not, to go down Biscuit Alley. Somebody turn around and sue us for that.
Well, take your gun.
You can take your gun. You may have, how many rounds, of ammunition can you keep on person,
The Biscuit District business leaders are coming out and they're saying we are going to do patrols down Biscuit Alley. Some of the best biscuits are in Biscuit Alley. You just never know it.
I wouldn't know it. There's plenty of delicious biscuits all over the Biscuit District. You don't have to go down the alley to get one.
Right, because that's where you get killed.
Well,
people get killed.
Sure
people
do.
get kidnapped.
And worse.
Human trafficking
is terrible.
It's also really bad. And also just the restaurants themselves. The restaurants in Biscuit Alley just go at each other they kill each other's family members. It's like the mafia.
What are you talking about? Don't say that about those places.
Well, you know that's true.
Well, in the alley, it's just anything goes.
It's anything goes in Biscuit Alley.
But Biscuit District,
Biscuit District
You can, on a Sunday after church, take the family, get down some biscuits. It's all those different biscuit places.
Just when you start to get towards the back of Biscuit District, when you start to get close to the swamps,
there's no reason to.
The fog start rolling in. Just know that you're getting close to Biscuit Alley, and just watch yourself.
It's hazy back there. It's hazy. You can't. Don't tell. Biscuit Bucket. I can't wait to try one, but you ain't gonna see me going down Biscuit Alley for nothing. I don't care how good the biscuit. I don't care anything about it. I don't care how many guns you got on me. I ain't going down there.
If you go into the Biscuit Bucket, you're going to have to be careful because the other biscuit restaurants are going to see you go into the Biscuit Bucket, and they don't take too kindly to you walking by their place and not going in there and buying a biscuit or two.
Don't say that now.
So the best thing to do is to buy a biscuit at every restaurant down Biscuit Alley.
Well, you want to do, if you go into the Biscuit District, you don't want to fill up on one. Everybody does that anyway. They ain't got nothing to worry about. When I go to Biscuit District, I go down there and get a biscuit from every single place. Put a little honey on this and put a little jam on this and put
it's
a little
such a fun time. I mean, I can't, and it's so good. Every biscuit
of them are good.
They're different, too.
They are different. Different kinds of biscuit. Every kind of biscuit you can think of, they got down there.
They got in the Biscuit District.
Tastes good. And I'm sure Biscuit Bucket tastes delicious. I'd like to try it. Every time I hear about a new biscuit place in Biscuit District, I want to go there. But I am not going to go down Biscuit Alley. I don't recommend anybody listening or looking at this to go down there. Stay away. Stay away.
The only thing is, I kind of told them that because they're trying to raise some ransom money.
What?
So I told them that I'd get a good response, a good return on investment, because they gave me $25, and that's part of their ransom money.
Ransom money?
Yeah, they just like
what?
Several members of his family, his children and his wife.
What?
Have been taken hostage. He doesn't know if it was a cartel or if it was one of the other biscuit restaurants or if it was one of the swamp lurkers. He doesn't know.
You don't know who's back in that alley. He shouldn't say that it's under other businesses because
he's just gotten a lot of threats.
Bang Up Biscuit.
That's so good.
That's delicious. And there's good people. I know Henry has run that place for years, and his hands are clean. He don't have nothing to do with
his hands are clean, sure, but what about his brother, and what about his sons?
No, don't start.
Who's on his payroll?
Don't start.
Who works for Bang Up Biscuit? But they're so good. They're so good.
Biscuit
Bucket is good. Biscuit Bucket's good. And go on down there. He needs some money to ransom his children and his wife. And
he needs to call the police. He don't need to give you $20 to talk about it on here.
The police in Biscuit Alley? What good are they going to do in Biscuit Alley?
That's true right there. You said that. Well, that's reading. You should have never opened up. He had to ask somebody. I don't know if the rest of the biscuit, stores lied to him and told him to go back there. So, it's fine back there. I guess that's the way to get rid of competition, but that's shameful if that's what they did.
Well, before he dusted off his grandma's biscuit recipe, he was a mercenary in Iraq. I guess he thought he could handle himself, but the truth is, Biscuit Alley ain't. Iraq is like goddamn Euro Disney compared to Biscuit Alley.
I don't know anything about it. It's bad.
There ain't no green zone in Biscuit Alley.
No.
So get on down to the Biscuit Bucket, folks. Go on down there. Homemade preserves.
There. Go to the Biscuit District. Go to
the Biscuit District.
Go to Bang Up Biscuits. Go to Billingsley's Biscuits.
No.
Go to those. No, there's plenty of good biscuits.
Billingsley Biscuits.
They're good. You know they're good. I've seen you.
They're delicious.
I've seen you eat 4 pounds of them.
But how many people have they killed?
They ain't killed nobody. Don't sit there and say that. They ain't got nothing to do with what goes down in Biscuit Alley. That shit. Area unto itself. There's people that live back there in tents, everything. I don't go down there. If you hankering for a biscuit, go to the Biscuit District. Get you some delicious biscuits. There's everything.
Some of the best biscuits come out of them tents.
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't go back there to get one. No, sir. And I'm sorry, Biscuit Bucket. I hope I pray for your wife and child, but you need to pack up and get it out of Biscuit Alley.
So that's Biscuit Bucket and Dr. Bird Ladies, something salve, something on the kid.
Dr. Bird Ladies, non-dead bird, formula salve for youngins that don't like medicine.
Grand Ole Opry's going to be checking their notifications in Twitter, and they're going to be like, they want us to put Red State Update on here? The Bill Cosby guys?
All right, quit it. The more you say it, the more I got. Just.
Sorry. Everybody's sorry.
Just leave it alone.
Eesh.
Just let that. I've had enough of it.
I'm just going to have me a big sip of this Frog Church coffee.
What is it?
What's that?
Frog what?
What are you talking about?
What you drinking? You said you're going to drink some frog coffee.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, this hits the spot. It's weird. It's not like coffee exactly. It's got the color. I don't know if you can, folks, if you're watching this on the YouTube version, you can see what I'm holding in my hands is a delicious cup
what you
of
got on it?
Frog Church coffee. Well,
paper hanging off of it.
Frog Church Coffee is the latest product from our old friend Green Bean, who last we heard about him, he had opened up the Church of Frogs down in the swamps on the edge of Murfreesboro, right behind Biscuit Alley.
He's just down there living. He ain't doing no kind of church for frogs.
He's been preaching to the frogs.
Oh, hell, it's a crazy man rolling around in the mud out there.
And he just figured out that America loves coffee.
What?
And America loves frogs, and put the two of them together, and you've got whatever this is. He's calling it Frogtown Coffee.
Why would you?
See where he wrote Frogtown Coffee on here? And
I can't see in it. That's a bunch of scribbles to me. He give you that and you drink it. That's a homeless man off a street.
Well, that's racist.
What? How's that racist? He ain't got nowhere to live.
Listen.
What is it?
You hear that siren?
Oh, yeah.
You know where they're going.
Yep. Same place, yeah. It's in the middle of the week. Pitiful.
You think you wouldn't hear as much from Longhorn's Dancing Parlor in the middle of the week, but that's why they got them midweek specials, folks. They're not our sponsor. My sponsor is Frog Church Coffee.
But you Frog Church Coffee. That's crazy. A homeless man give you something and you drink out of it. That's real smart. He's crazy, not just homeless. A crazy man. Well, he is. Everything you said come out of your mouth about him is crazy.
He's crazy, right? Well, he's living the sort of life most of us wish we could live. He's given up on his dreams and aspirations and living in the world and talking to other people. He lives a life of peace and seclusion.
He lived down in the swamp.
In the swamps with frogs who have really taken to him. I don't know if you...
Frogs ain't got no choice. He's down there with them. They're used to him now. It ain't that they're taking to him. They're used to him. He's been down there so long, rolling around down there. It's just like he think he's another frog or whatever.
When I came up through the reeds, and after he got done yelling at me, and he said, I'll give you 3 minutes to stay and observe. And he started barking and speaking in tongues, and he lay hands on some of them frogs. And then for about 20 seconds, the frogs made pyramids on top of each other.
Oh, hell.
There were a whole slew of frogs in there. They come up out of the swamps, and like 2 or 3 of them get on each other's backs. Kind of like elementary school cheerleaders. It was about that level.
That's a bunch of bulls.
Like out of shape elementary school cheerleaders.
Why?
And I don't know. I'm not saying he has some kind of power over these frogs. I'm just saying that they all seem to have a little bit of the Holy Spirit in them. And God, in this day and age when religion seems to be a dirty word, who's to say a frog can't have it?
Well, it's dirty because things like that's blasphemous. What you saying about
that
frog?
A frog can't have religion is blasphemous?
Yes, it's blasphemous. Jesus come down and died on the cross for a bunch of frogs? Hell no, it didn't.
Well, when you put it like that.
It's blasphemous. I understand a crazy person saying it because they don't know no better, but you know better. Well, you should know better than to drink anything a crazy person hands you.
Let me just say, I don't know what he dredged up out of the swamp.
Oh.
He found a Starbucks cup, and he put some tape over it, and he wrote on it with a scribble.
And you sitting there drinking it.
It doesn't taste like coffee, but it doesn't taste bad.
I don't. Keep that away from me.
And he put an ice maker in down there. So he's starting, you can't come down to the swamps because he doesn't want to see your face, whoever you are. If you have a human face, he's not into it. He's rejecting humanity. He tried for so long to entertain you as green bean, one of the Christian vegetables. And he had a bad run of luck, and he wound up in the Bakken oil fields fighting for a living.
Had nervous breakdowns, what he had. He used to be an entertainer of children, and there's no more noble a work you can get into than entertaining the children, because the children need to smile. And they need to smile, and that's what he used to do. And then he went crazy, is what he did. And
oldest story in the book.
And you taking glasses from him and drinking out of it. Crazy.
Well, I like to support my friends. Yeah. And through it all, folks, he never once took off that symbol of optimism, his green bean costume.
He can't take it off. It's fused into his
kind of fused into his skin.
He couldn't take it off if he want to. And it ain't a costume no more. It's like...
It's rags.
It's rags.
Rags hanging down.
If you tried to get it out of it or rip his skin out, it's pitiful. Don't drink in that.
So, folks, come on down to Jackie's Market. That's where you can get Frog Church coffee. That's made by...
No, you can't get that here. The hell no, you can't.
Green Bean and his Church of Frogs, Frog Church coffee down here at Jackie's Market.
Gonna sue me if they drink frog coffee, whatever it is. No, sir. That's libelous or something if I'm giving away what Crazy Man put in a glass. And you can't get it at my store, so don't tell nobody come down here.
He comes in the middle of the night, and he leaves it in your store.
Oh, he does not. He better not.
And it's a million mismatched stolen cups is what
I know he's had a batch of bad luck.
And a batch of delicious coffee.
No.
Drink.
He wants his luck to get any worse than it already is. He needs to keep on breaking in here if you saying he's doing that, because he's going to get buckshot up his hide. So you tell him stay out.
You don't even know he could be here right now.
Nah, hell he is.
Well, you can smell
him. You can smell him from about a mile away. You know what I'm saying, too. I don't mean to be rude or anything, but he smells bad. His skin got that stuff in it, and it's flaky. It's awful. It's awful. He needs help, and I wish I wanted to be able to give it to him, but I ain't. All I can do is steer clear of him, and I recommend the rest of you do the same. And don't drink anything that he hands you. I don't appreciate you bringing it in the store, even, whatever.
You want a sip?
No, hell no, I don't want a sip of it. Why the hell would I want a sip of that?
I got my own straw. He didn't give me a straw, so.
Oh, hell, get it away from me right now.
So that's Frog Church Coffee, folks. Green Bean and his Church of Frogs. Frog Church Coffee available in Jackie's Market.
It is not. Don't tell people that.
You're going to want to get there early before he throws it all out in the street.
Well, I just going to, if I see any in here, it looks like garbage. It's like any other thing. If there's garbage in the store, I clean it up. It'll go out. You damn right.
And all the money goes straight into the pockets of Green Bean.
I ain't gonna get any money, people.
Which he just stuffs in.
You on here encouraging him. They crazy as hell already, and you think it's funny, and like, oh, sure, I'd drink that, give you here. You my sponsor, you crazy old man. That's pitiful. They just...
I wouldn't say I think it's funny.
Well...
Like a lot of people. I'd say it's more of a, I'm curious where this goes. Unlike a lot of people.
Well,
so that is Frog Church Coffee, folks. Brand new sponsor from an old friend.
Ain't no such thing, Frog Church Coffee.
Got it right here.
Well. You done?
Yeah, I'm done.
All right.
So that's Frog Church Coffee.
You just said you was
done.
done.
You did. I thought you... I just wanted to make sure you...
Who else was in Maverick? I forget all about that one.
Well, there was actual Maverick.
He's still living then, yeah.
There was Jodie Foster.
Oh, yeah.
Who else was in Maverick? There's that country music video with all the country music stars of the day.
He's your riverboat gambler, right? Maverick.
Yep. Old Maverick. He was wily. Let's see who was in Maverick. Gotta get my phone out.
I didn't ask the phone. I asked.
When you ask a question nowadays, you are telling people to get their phone out.
No, I ain't. I just, if you don't know it, say, I don't remember. And then it's the end of the discussion.
Nope, that's the beginning of the discussion.
No, hell no.
The rest of the discussion comes after you type, your thumb hits your phone a few times.
Can you get Maverick? Is that in red box thing?
No. It's not, Jackie. I
Well,
mean,
what's
maybe
it
a
for?
red box in Montana.
Well, then they put Maverick in the red box thing because I'd like to see it again. I forgot all about he made that.
Listen to who's in this. Mel Gibson.
Well, I know that.
Jodie Foster, James Garner.
Yep, James Garner was old real Maverick.
Graham Greene.
He's Indian.
Alfred Molina.
Native American, well, you know.
James Coburn, Dub Taylor, Joffrey Lewis.
Joffrey Lewis, yeah, God rest his soul. He passed on, yeah.
Do they actually call it just Jeffrey Lewis, right? They don't say Joffrey, do they?
I don't know how you say it, but, he's in all them Clint Eastwood movies and everything else, yeah.
Denver Pile, Dan Hedaya. Clint Black.
Oh, yeah, Clint Black's in that, yeah.
Corey Feldman.
What?
Really? Dang, do we need to watch this again?
That's what I'm saying. If it was in a red box thing, go get it. Because I'd like to see it. It might not be any good. Probably ain't no good because I've done forgot it. If it was good, I'd remember that. I saw a Hondo 1950-something years, and I remember it like it was yesterday. It's a Hondo John Wayne good, so I know it ain't that good. Like I said, probably ain't no good.
Walk down Maverick Lane.
Something past the times, old man. That's all you're looking for to look at on TV anyway. I got a good sponsor this year. You know what time of year it is. 2016 this year. Never thought I'd live to say that, 2016. Sound like a future movie or something, but it's 2016. That means this year they gotta get a brand new Biscuit Baby. Going to brand new Biscuit Baby, 2016 Biscuit Baby. And this, of course, in a Biscuit District with Billings and Biscuits and Bang Up Biscuit. Stay clear. I don't care how good anything is. You stay clear of Biscuit Alley. Don't go down there. There's dangerous people down there. Stay out in the middle of the district. Stay out. There's plenty of biscuits to get. So stay out. Just stay clear of Biscuit Alley. Let me say that one more time. But they have a biscuit festival, and this time of year they got a brand new Biscuit Baby. So if you're young and cute as a button and just, gorgeous little baby, and if he loves biscuits, bring it on down to Biscuit District, because it's going to be right there in the middle of the district. Going to have a pageant ceremony, all this. See how many biscuits your baby can eat. Now, it's ages 6 months up to 3. And if you're young and likes biscuits and will eat a bunch of them, you better take them down there because they could be 2016's Biscuit Baby.
Hold on a second.
Right.
I've always heard about Biscuit Baby Days in the Biscuit District. But I didn't know that the baby eat the biscuits. I thought they just it was like a beautiful baby pageant.
That's part of it. If you had a baby, it didn't look good. Come down there and eat all biscuits.
So they judge on appearance.
Well, it's both. That's just one thing. At the end of it all, you see, say you got, most babies all adorable. Every now and then there's a baby look a little strange, but most babies all adorable. Take them down there. And they're all, I don't know which one to pick because they're all so cute. Little boy, baby, little girl, baby.
Wait a minute, are you one of the judges this year?
No, I'm saying put yourselves in their shoes. This is how it works. You narrow it down to 5, and then the 5 of them, whichever one of the 5 eats the most biscuits wins. That year, they get like a little, what do you call it, scepter or something like that to hold it, a little biscuit on top, a little crown, everything. Biscuit Baby of 2016, they'll hold that title for a year. If you bring that baby back, because there was a Biscuit Baby, what was his name? He held it for a few years. He kept it 2 years. He won it 2 years in a row. Little Jammy, I can't remember. Little Jammy Biscuit Baby had it for 2 years in a row. He's still cute the next year, and he ate he ate more biscuits the second year. I remember his news everywhere.
How many biscuits are we talking about here that a baby can eat? How many biscuits can a baby eat?
Well,
you sound like you a big fan.
They have a pediatrician down there. He shows up. He's there. There's an age limit if it's below 6 months. So if things get out of hand, they'll stop it. But if a baby likes biscuits,
so if a baby's eating too many biscuits, a physician will step in.
That's what it's there for. What do you think it's there for?
Just safety, just in case somebody chokes, I guess. I didn't know they
Well, that too.
I didn't know they were saving the baby from themselves. This sounds like a fun show.
It is a fun show. Every year, go down there. Biscuit Baby. It's one of the best things. All year, look forward to it all year. Get down there. That's my sponsor this week, Biscuit District, 2016 Biscuit Baby Pageant. Take your young'un down there if it's cute as a button and loves biscuits.
Now, next week, I got to go down to Coverless Comic Book Convention, so I won't going to be here. We're doing it. We're going to tape a show ahead of time for next week. But I'm hoping that the week after that we'll come back and we'll learn who
I'll announce it, yeah.
The Biscuit Baby.
Yeah. It's big news here. Daily News Journal will be down there, Murfreesboro Post, everything. Yeah, people go down there and get pictures, everything else. It's cute as can be. There's got to be some of it on YouTube, something on computer somewhere about Biscuit Baby Days.
I think they don't announce their last names, the baby's last names. I think the parents can do it if they want to, but so many people come after you win the Biscuit Baby contest.
Yeah, they want to. Yeah,
you want to try to protect them from all the people showing
up
with their hand out.
That's probably why I can't remember baby Jeremy's last name.
Jeremy Biscuit Baby. They all kind of become Biscuit Baby.
That's
their last name.
Celebrity. That's what it is. People won't be famous all the time. Cameras falling everywhere, can't get out the door, everything else. You see movie stars have a hard time dealing with that. Imagine if you was a little baby.
You live in a place for a long time, and you think you know everything about it. But I swear, I did not know that the babies were eating biscuits, and that's
part of it.
So just sitting, all these cute, adorable little babies just shoving biscuits. Now, I have never seen this part of the show, so I got to ask about the mechanics. Are parents allowed to help shove the biscuits in the baby's faces, or does the baby have to do it all on their own?
Mamas can use one hand. That's it. That's the only rule.
So,
and that's to put stuff on the biscuit, not to pick it up, honey, jam, whatever, butter, whatever you want on there. You use one hand, get it on there, and, babies like sweet candy. They like that sort of thing. So the more stuff you put on there, quicker.
Oh, so it's cool to load the biscuits up with sweet.
Well, like I said, they got a pediatrician there. If he thinks the mama's putting too much on there, he'll tell her.
Wait a minute. It's just, I've heard something about this. Some of them dip a biscuit in Pedialyte and shove it in the baby's faces, get it go down easier.
If that's what you choose, they don't shove it. They put it on a plate. Baby got to pick it up.
Baby's got to pick it up.
And it's cute. Even if I don't eat that many, it's still cute as a butt. Little baby sit there, just, sucking on a biscuit, with all his part stuff. It's funny to look at either way.
Is there a time limit?
It seems like one time I rang a bell, but I don't know if that's at the end or the beginning.
That could have been to celebrate something, too.
Yeah.
It's hard to say.
So get yourself down on
Do they need help? Does somebody need to come down there and help tie one arm behind all them mothers' backs?
No, they just follow the rules. Everybody out there watching them, you got to tie it down. If somebody uses an extra hand, they're going to...
I was going to offer.
They'll point... Just go down to Biscuit District. It's going to be the Biscuit Baby 2016's coming up this Friday at noon. Take your young'un down there. You never know. You'd have great life. Like I said, choose to give your name, choose not to. But, that just opens a bunch of doors for your little baby if they want career or something like that. So,
Stay away from Biscuit Alley.
Don't take your young'uns anywhere near Biscuit Alley. It's in the middle of the district. If you get lost and you don't see nobody around, you might have wandered in a Biscuit Alley.
If you see the fog rolling in, if it gets hazy, you got to get out of there. We're still Biscuit Bucket. They are still trying to raise money to ransom their family.
I don't care how big, or whatever biscuits they are. I ain't going down Biscuit Alley to get it. If they want to bring it out, I'll find a decent place to sell their biscuits in the Biscuit District. So be it. That's what they should do. Because there's just common... I mean, everything's happened down there at Biscuit Alley. Things I don't even like to say out loud. Pitiful. You watch your step. Yeah. But just enjoy, go down and enjoy like a Biscuit Baby 2016 and right there smack dab in the middle of the Biscuit District. This Friday, noon. Take your young'un down there if they like to eat biscuits and if they look adorable, which all babies do, except, women.
A few of them.
Weird. They look weird,
Yeah.
But take them on. That thing when the head don't come, it fixes itself. It don't stay that way. But usually a baby at the first come out, the head's all stretched or something like that. That to me ain't cute. That's all I'm saying, Don't worry, because if it gets better, it don't stay that way. Because I've seen plenty of babies, newborn baby and like, and then, a few months later, look fine, adorable.
So that's Frog Church Coffee available at Jackie's Market.
No, it ain't. Don't say that's available here. It ain't. No, sir.
And Biscuit Baby Days down at the Biscuit District. Get your baby down to the Biscuit District and get its mouth full of adorable biscuits so it can win the big prize.
Yeah.
So there's sayings that go with Christmas, like Merry Christmas and Feliz Navidad and ho, ho, ho.
Yeah.
We're going to have to come up with some of these for Frog Day.
Well, it's
our new holiday.
It's new, so I don't, when something comes up. This one, to me, see, that's a reminder to me, and I know why it's Frog Day. I understand that, but it's because of a good thing. But still, the whole situation just reminds me of the whole day, and it's just. Speaking of which, let me do my sponsor now, real quick. Now I'm thinking about it's on my mind, so I don't keep on talking. I had to make an announcement on. I hate to do it on Frog Day, but it's just got to be said. And this ain't coming from me. I didn't have nothing to do with this, but I understand it. I'll say that much right now. Biscuit Baby Days, which people in the Biscuit District, several other, merchants there, people, Biscuit District, want me to thank everybody for showing up in first.
Big turnout this year.
First, foremost, apologize. Get that out of the way. They had no control over circumstances, so I don't point your fingers. Some people going to point their fingers no matter what. It's always somebody's fault.
Somebody's always
and
finger pointing.
I didn't have nothing to do with setting it up. I was just there to see some babies eat some biscuits. And
Are people pointing fingers at you?
No, they ain't pointing fingers at me. I'm saying I ain't pointing my finger at anybody. I'm not going to, I don't know why. Well, I will say some people who were there should not have been there as far as I'm concerned. And anytime I go somewhere and see these people, I'm going to turn around, hightail out of here. My sponsor is, let me just say now, Biscuit Baby Days want to thank you. They're sorry. if they inconvenience any of you that particular day, and they still appreciate the turnout. But I have to announce this on Frog Day. I know some of you out there like Frog Day and enjoy it, and I don't mean to ruin Frog Day for you, but that what you went to was the last Biscuit Baby Days. That was it. They're closing up shop and not going to do it, and I can't blame them under the circumstances. I understand this.
I hate to hear it, but it's understandable.
It's like some people ruined it for everybody because there's nothing I look forward to once a year going to see the baby just slobber all over, eat as much biscuit as it can. Nothing cuter. Nothing cuter. Maybe the little goats jumping on something on YouTube or something, but just watching a baby try to get as many biscuits down his gullet and just, you know how they slobber and all that. It's just the cutest thing ever. But nobody.
And then choosing a winner.
Yeah. The one that does it the best. Yeah, you pick that one.
That's so much fun.
Yeah.
I love it when we lift a baby up over other babies.
Yeah.
Because usually people are like, all babies are precious. But I like baby contests where you pick a baby out and say, nope, this is the best.
There's always the best out of any group. They all, that's always, no matter what it is. They
don't always announce it.
Dog shows, Miss America, you name it, there's always one better than the rest of them. And the same with babies.
One baby biscuit eating baby, that's the best.
Yep.
Biscuit eating baby.
Well, and from what I understand, now this is what they explained to me due to circumstances that little Hippie baby, that's what I call it anyway, will from now on hold the title, Best Biscuit Baby Day, so the king or whatever you want to call it. They're gonna which ain't gonna make no sense to me, because if someday that baby's gonna be 24 years old, hopefully by then it's got away from his hippie parents or whatever, but he's still gonna be stuck with that name, and because it holds that position for the rest of its life, till it pass on. That baby, gets old and dies. It's gonna be known as that, and it ain't gonna want anybody to know. I was, Biscuit Baby of the year. I don't want anybody to know that. And I'm still that. Even if you won it years ago and passed on to another baby, that makes sense. That's something cute you can talk about that just happened one time. Mama took some pictures. Look at this going through the, picture book. But now, just from here on out, he'll be 28 years old. That's a Biscuit Baby right there.
Little Hippie Biscuit Baby Biscuit. Because a lot of times, because there's so much fame and fortune that comes with being a Biscuit Baby, that they would change her. I think there were a few. There was like Tripper. What was it? Some of these new Tripper Biscuit Baby and
little Jeremy's the one I remember.
Jeremy Biscuit Baby.
And 2 years in a row, little Jeremy.
Oh yeah, Jeremy did it too. And they just kind of take on. Is that your surname? Is that your Christian name? What is that called? Like the Biscuit Baby. They just
Christian name in it, or
your last name is your. I'm not sure. Which one? Your last name? They would just to keep some anonymity, so people didn't
aggravate that baby to death.
Right,
yeah.
Showing up with their hand out. They just kind of became Biscuit Baby.
Now, see, you get away with that for a year. If you only that, it's going to, sometimes it takes people a long time to figure out who's what and where, private detective, however they want to do it. Those, what do you call it, gossip magazines, whatever. They're going to find out.
Lily O. Oat Milk, she's always on the case.
Well, whoever it is, it shouldn't, harass people that way. But, by the time somebody finds out that you're a Biscuit Baby, it's already passed on to somebody else. But now, little Hippie Biscuit Baby, when they find out, then that's it.
Little Hippie Biscuit Baby's going to be
their life's
by this.
over with, because they can't ever get away from it. Because I don't know legally if you can go divorce your name from that. I'm just saying I hope none of this happens, but I'm just letting Biscuit Baby Days know what they've set up. This is what it's going to be for this individual for the rest of their lives. I don't think people thought all this through.
But how would they have another Biscuit Baby Days and a Biscuit Baby contest?
I ain't going to have one.
How would they do it after if they wanted to?
That's understandable. I understand ending it. I'm glad I got to see it when I did.
Nobody would put their baby up there after what happened to Little Hippie Biscuit Baby.
No. Thank God Little Hippie Biscuit Baby is all right. First off, I want to say thank good Lord in heaven, thank the star, or whatever you want to say. I'm grateful for that. that's great that Hippie Biscuit Baby's fine and good health, far as we know. But what you've done to him in the future, you're gonna be stuck with that the rest of your life.
So think twice before you enter your baby into a contest.
Yeah.
Like I say, I like a baby contest. I like seeing one baby and everybody agrees this baby, hands down, better than them.
Better than the rest of them, yeah.
It just, to me, that's American exceptionalism. Instead of saying like, all babies are great, communism, we're saying this is the best one.
Best
and it's not just with athletes where they expect it. It's the cutest, most vulnerable version of humanity they is, the baby. And we get in there and we start like giving them random tasks like seeing how many biscuits they can eat.
If a baby don't
How long did they have? What was the time limit?
I don't remember. I couldn't tell. It's been since last year.
They rang some bells, but I didn't know what they were for.
Well, they ring bells, one kind of bell at the start of it, and I guess a different kind of bell in the middle of it, and then at the end of it, time's up or whatever.
And also some kids in the audience just had some bells that they were ringing.
They were ringing too. That's to throw the other babies off is what we're supposed to do.
Oh, I see.
That's parents or friends of one of the other babies trying to throw, mess them up so they don't,
Also, like they had to exhibit, because it's a big thing where everybody comes from miles around. Some of the smart cows were over there, and they had those bells, the digital bells that they designed themselves.
Show cows.
Show cows, yeah, the show cows. Smart
animal, yeah.
So many bells were going off. I was confused.
It's not offensive. I don't mean to offend anybody, but it's just because of a baby at its age. Smart cow's smarter than all them babies put together. One smart cow smarter than all them babies put together.
Yeah, and you wouldn't put a smart show cow in a biscuit eating contest, smart show cow, because it would be an insult.
Well, they don't eat biscuits either. They eat grass, things like that.
Well, you could take some grass and like mush it up into a biscuit, probably.
Why would anybody do that? Just
to feed a cow.
Well, let the cow eat the grass like it is. What do you mess up a biscuit or grass for?
Well, that's like saying vegetarians shouldn't eat like a tofu burger. Like if you want a burger, you eat meat.
Well, they should. As far as I'm concerned, why are you trying to fool yourself? Just if you like a hamburger so much, eat a damn hamburger. If you like vegetarian, what they call, just eat a salad every damn day. That's all you need to eat.
I don't know why we have to make vegetarians' lives so awful.
Well, wait, they the ones that making it awful, not me. They did it. They're one. I'm gonna eat something that looks just like a hamburger, but I know it ain't a hamburger, so I don't feel guilty about eating it or whatever. You ain't tricking God. I put it that way. You eat a hamburger, eating a hamburger. You might as well be eating a hamburger that He put on earth for you to eat. Don't trick yourself and good Lord, everything. All animals put on the earth for a reason. To help us to eat and play with and all that sort of stuff. Capture, learn from. That's what God put all them animals on earth. And you put those animals above your own self. God don't think much of that. I'm going to tell you right now.
Show cows are different.
Show cows, that's different. They're in show business. That's a special kind of animal.
Smart.
I wouldn't eat. There's some people that say this, and it's awful, but I would never eat a show cow because they're so, that's a God's gift in another way. Not just meat, but a creature you can learn from, a smart animal.
Meat and brains.
Yes, both. But now some people believe if you eat a show cow, you get some of that smarts, but I don't know if necessarily believe that. I just think people just...
looking for a reason to kill a show cow.
Yeah. Well, those cult people, this is years and years ago, as if things aren't bad enough as it is, they go kill a show cow, take his heart out, and they'd all cut it up, each person eat it. That's a bunch of bull. That's crazy devil stuff as far as I'm concerned.
Manson did that, I heard.
Killed a show cow?
Yep.
I thought it killed, what's your name, Tate?
Mm-hmm. You can kill more than one thing.
I know that. I just started killing people. I didn't know he killed Folgers, Coffee Girl, and Tate is all I remember.
Yeah, but out there on the ranch, they got it. I don't know if it was a Murfreesboro show cow, but they...
Well, out in California, they got probably more show cows than get here.
He killed a show cow. Well, that's in...
it's bad enough what he did already. I'm glad he's going to be in prison the rest of his life. Didn't they let one of them out? They let one of them out. Something.
It should be scary, but they so old.
You still see him. He's still scary, look crazy.
He ain't no scarier than people you see downtown Nashville.
Well,
is
that's
he?
true. If you put him in regular clothes or something.
Nobody wrote books about them.
No.
I see people every day gibbering about as scary as him.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I guess
insult. I'm just saying.
It's just knowing what it did kill those people.
They don't have any power over any young minds.
Well,
and they haven't killed a show cow. Maybe that's it. Maybe if they killed and eat a show cow heart.
Don't start
I don't even
that.
like saying that.
Don't say it out there because it's a bunch of bullcrap anyway, and people put ideas in people's head. These people are crazy already in a cult or whatever it is. This is years ago. This is in the 70s. This go back. You was a baby. Maybe you scared as hell. They thought they devil worshipped all this. They weren't that. They were something else. What, Druids or something. Druids. They wore robes and Druids, and they killed 2 or 3 show cows because they do breed a few show cows here. There used to be farms out here. That's where, even in California, they'd come ship them out from here, out there. Now that they raised them other places, but years ago, there's on a place, and somebody killed 4 or 5 of these Druids. They get killed these show cows, eat the heart, all cut it up, and sit around and eat it raw. Crazy as hell.
Yeah, because it started out, there were some people who did Tennessee walking horse, and they were like, this is brutal. Let's just get some smart cows.
Yeah.
And that's how the Tennessee show cow come about.
Yeah.
And then but it turned out that they were heavy metal fans. They were a band.
They were Druids.
But that was their band name.
Well, whatever it is.
The Druids.
They might have done music while they cut it up. I can't remember all of it. I remember they did crazy as hell, killing perfectly good, smart show cow. They must have snuck up on that show cow, because I don't know. It's hard to kill outside of shooting it with a gun. These people had knives and stuff like that. Druids didn't use guns, whatever. If I'd seen them, if I had a show cow and saw them out there, they'd get used to feeling what a gun feels like, yeah. Because I'd see anybody hurt a show cow. It made me so damn mad.
I heard they recorded an album while they did that.
What?
I think you can download it.
Well, I don't want to do anything loaded. I don't want to have anything to do with them.
They're in prison now, right? All of them except for
they
let one out.
Let one go.
Said didn't know what he wasn't smart enough to know what he was doing. There's something wrong with him. It was the bass player.
Well, there's proof right there. Eating a show cow heart don't make you any smarter,
Maybe they were trying to make the bass player smarter by feeding him that show cow heart.
I don't know. Like I said, they lucky they pulled it off, because usually a show cow, you can't come at them any which way. You thought they got special hair and everything else. I don't know how they snuck up on that show cow, because they smart animal. They'd get away from you, figure out how to do something quick. You think you going to go cut open the heart, it'd be your heart getting eaten by a cow if they ate that sort of thing.
The rumor is they paced it or followed it around the pasture, kept following it until it fell asleep.
That's pitiful.
But the thing is that they kept falling asleep too, because cow can't stay. This is something about the show cow. They can stay awake a long time.
They can. They have to sometimes.
But the Druids were doing some kind of pill. It was
drugs. That's another thing. You take enough drugs, make you kill show cow, do anything else. It's a bunch of just crazy
70s are nuts,
stuff.
Man.
Yeah, crazy.
If Charles Manson kills a show cow, then suddenly every heavy metal band in Murfreesboro got to kill a show cow.
I didn't know he killed any out there. That makes sense now, I guess. That's, trying to comprehend crazy
their
people.
album is the Druids. If Manson did it, so can we.
Well, I ain't ever going to listen to that. No.
But also, allegedly, they didn't really kill a show cow. They were framed by the local authorities.
Wow.
They pretended to kill a show cow, just with the sound effects records. And that's what's on their album that you can download.
That'd be illegal. Yeah, you shouldn't be able to kill an animal and record it and put it out there for people to listen to. That should be law.
Axl Rose shouldn't be able to have sex with somebody's girlfriend on a record and put that out, and that happened too.
What are you talking about?
On the Faces of Death album,
I don't want to know anything
track
about
number 1 is them killing this cow.
I don't want to hear about any of that.
But supposedly they didn't do it. An old-timey Murfreesboro sheriff back in, they're like, these boys are different. They got long hair and denim jackets, and I think it's time for them to go. And they put out this record of them fake killing a show cow. How about we say they trump up some evidence and throw them in the clean? And they still sitting in there possibly for a crime that they didn't commit, except for the one who is so stupid, the bass player.
Yeah, one was still walking around, but the rest of them, I think, did it. I don't think the police had to make. How do you make something up like that? That's crazy. That's crazy talk. Everything, like, how do you make that up? How can you sit there and somebody come up with eating a show cow's heart and thinking that'd make you smart? These boys, they were bad news as far as I'm concerned. Drugage killed that cow, cold blood, or 2 or 3 of them even, possibly. We don't know for sure, but.
Well, supposedly the show cow was in on it with the cops.
That don't make any sense. Why would the cow kill itself, let itself die
No, it didn't kill itself. It went into hiding and let the cops take down the drugage. You know, I think that cop was running for, like, state representative or something, and, bust a show cow killing devil band. That suddenly puts you in the front page of the Daily News Journal.
This is how these rumors get started. You saying this on here and then other people. See, this is how it started back in. I don't know. They didn't have podcasts. I guess you just said it up by the courthouse where you whittling
by the
stick
Fresca machine.
Wherever. But that's how these things get started. It ain't necessarily the truth that. I think these boys are bad news. These drugage that killed that show cow, or 2 or 3 of them possibly, they definitely killed one of them we know of, and they were behind bars where they should be for that sort of thing.
Well, I guess we'll never know for sure.
Well, no, I know for sure. I think it did it.
There's just a lot of theories. A lot of theories.
Well,
if you start turning rocks over on the internet, you can find a theory about anything.
There's a lot of bull hockey is what it is.
That's true too. So happy Frog Day, everybody. Sorry there won't be any more Biscuit Baby Days.
What are we, 34? I'm looking at that thing, my eyes. 34 minutes in. How many more times we got to say Frog Day? We have to say it within an hour.
Happy Frog Day. No, Happy Frog Day. You have to work it in naturally, though.
You get called out for that. If you just sit there and say it 4 times and move on, they want you to talk about it and everything else. So
it was pretty It was pretty astonishing. They had a pretty good array of babies up there sitting on that table.
Everything was fine till it got,
So, Trudy, Patricia, Shellback, Mercky Shellback's wife, I went to school with her. Still looks good for her age. She was in her bikini. The judges let me tie her hand behind her back, because the mothers had to have one hand tied behind their back. They didn't have to.
You started that. You made her do it, and the rest of them had to do it.
I did it for about 6 out of 13. Yeah. Let me do it. And it was a lot of fun. And that, to me, was the best part of the show, and I'm sure the audience enjoyed it, too. And I tied these mothers' arms behind their back and had to cinch it up pretty tight so they can only use one arm to dip the biscuit in Pedialyte or whatever they wanted to, put some jams or jellies on it. They can't shove it in the baby's face.
Baby had to do it themselves. They put the stuff with the one hand, put butter, jelly, jam, whatever, preserves.
So Trudy Patricia had her baby in the contest. Not her baby, her sister's baby.
That's not
her baby. She looks good for her age. She ain't had a baby, but sister's baby.
I tell you what, that baby, it did good, but I always thought baby cry, which this baby's always crying. You give it something to eat, give it the bottle, whatever, then they quit crying. This baby cried the whole, take a bite, cry, take a bite, ate biscuits, and cried his eyes out from beginning to end.
Never stopped
biscuits,
crying.
Kept eating biscuits, too. Ate a lot of them, come close to,
winning, but didn't
never stop crying. I think if a baby hadn't, let out and take a bite, if it had just eat the biscuit, it might have won.
You can't do everything at once. Sometimes you gotta pick biscuit, Life is full of choices, and one of them choices is cry or eat a biscuit. Well, and to me, you're gonna be better off if you eat all your biscuits first, and then you get to crying. Well, if you just cry all day, you may never get to the biscuits.
I ain't ever seen that baby where it ain't crying. That baby cries all it does that I know of.
And Mercky Shellback, who also wanted another baby up there in that cab, and we're not still sure where this baby come from, but he had that baby up in there too. It's weird to see them away from his truck.
A boat
truck.
Yeah.
Bus. Mercky Shellback, folks, for folks who don't know, operates boat around the square, whatever around the square. He used to have it.
All of it around the square.
Had a boat. He'd never put it in the water. He had a truck. He'd take it around town, let everybody, Trudy, Patricia, his wife, in the bikini in the back, pointing at things. Then later, he double-decker bus and started just circling around the square. And then there's like this whole train, lots of things attached to the back of that double-decker bus and the boat. And Trudy, Patricia, and Dilly Mulerider was on there, and the Christian Vegetables were playing basketball on top of it, I think, and also
Petting Farm. Petting Farm had goat.
Yeah, Petting Zoo inside.
Mulerider.
Yeah, she was in there, and Wesley Press was tutoring, and damn Golden Monster.
I wouldn't eat on that. That's dangerous to eat on that. People want to ride around that thing. It's a tore-up shower or something like that. Get food off of you. Burn yourself, get food all over you. And I like Gold Monster. That's
Golden Monster's
good food. But
this is all previous installments of our podcast, and we've talked about the various businesses in and around Murfreesboro. But, folks, they took the day off, and they brought a couple of babies down to the Biscuit Baby Days, and they set them up there on that table, and I sensed Trudy Patricia's arm behind her back, and that crying baby, Mercky's baby, wherever that one come from, did not do as good at eating baby, but eating biscuits. But it's hard to eat biscuits when Mercky Shellback yelling at you to eat more biscuits.
Yeah. That baby wasn't cut out for this sort of thing. That baby didn't want to be there. Like crying baby, you think it doesn't want to be there because it's crying so much, but it still love them biscuits. This baby didn't want to eat the biscuit, didn't want to be there. What do you call it? Baby's head wasn't in the game, so to speak. Just mind on other things, I guess toys or whatever, want to be put down, laid down, whatever it is. But this baby didn't want to have nothing to do with it. And he didn't make it any easier screaming at the baby. Yeah.
But I gotta say, little hippie biscuit baby, that was a biscuit-eating baby. That baby eat a lot of biscuits. Yeah. Everybody in the Biscuit District was like, damn, man.
Clear winner, yeah, there was that, maybe if that baby quit crying about just ate the whole time, said a half cry, maybe it caught up to it. I said that earlier, but I don't know. This little hippie baby I don't know. Never seen a baby, and I've seen a few. A little Jeremy, like I said, 1-2 times in a year, and I've gone to these 4, but that baby liked biscuits. I'll put it that way. I don't know if they kept that baby from making biscuits a week or two beforehand or something. But
maybe because they're hippies, they don't eat biscuits.
That could be it. That baby, bless his heart, is finally getting some good food for the first time in his life. That's probably what it is right there. That's what it is.
Because we could tell they were hippies because they didn't have – they were anti-vaxxers. So the baby hadn't had its shots, but they had the Dr. Bird Lady salve.
It stains his skin if you put that, but it eventually goes away. You give it like a purplish blue color, like on the baby's chest. You can always see it. The Dr. Bird Lady salve, and that baby was healthy, right? That's a healthy biscuit-eating baby right there. So you say what you want about it. Now, anti-vaxxers, you're still supposed to, hippie parents should maybe get shots. But if I ain't going to get shots, at least you get, herbs and spices, original, natural things, ointment, salve, put on the baby, kept it.
Yep. Dr. Bird Lady cooks the birds that die in her care
down.
No,
don't say that. That's starting rumor. Don't say that.
I ain't starting this rumor. I've heard it a million times.
Well, I only heard it from you, and that's a bunch of bull. It's natural herbs and spices go in this salve, ointment, whatever you want to call it. It's all natural. Rubbing on that baby, like I said, it leaves like a bluish, purplish kind of colored dot spot on the baby's chest, right underneath chin.
Like you hugged a squid, and the squid put ink on you. Does that make sense?
Makes sense. Ain't nobody gonna hug a squid. That don't make a damn bit of sense right there.
Aquaman.
No. Aquaman. That's a funny book.
So it's little hippie baby had the Dr. Bird Lady salve all over its little purple baby chest.
And let me say this right now. Everybody's saying that what happened is because of that on there, but that's not it. The salve had nothing to do with what happened. It did not. It had to do with everything. Baptist Church, Holiness, Pentecostal, God.
Third Pentecostal Holiness Church of Ghost Hurtbird was there.
Those people, and they remind me of Druids themselves. They may not go by the name of Druids, but that's, the robes and the weird talking and all that stuff. That's not far from it.
Everybody's searching for something. And, this country was founded on freedom of religion.
Well,
and we're not going to propose a religious test to come down to damn Biscuit Baby Days.
Well, I'm going to tell you this right now. Any place I go and those people show up, it's always bad news.
It is a bad sign.
So I'm not going, no matter what it is, if I'm at and those weirdos show up speaking tongues, language, whatever it is, their little book things I got there all over, no, sir, I'm heading the other way.
I mean, you see them in pavilions or damn drugstore, wherever you go around here in Murfreesboro.
Well, if one of them's handing out literature or whatever the hell they do,
or just shopping.
That's you can ignore them. But when they're all together in one place,
and they start chanting,
you get the hell out. I
think the chanting
now.
is that's a big part of it. If they're if anybody's chanting where you are, think about leaving. So, Third Holiness Pentecostal Church goes Hurtbird. Is that it? Third Pentecostal Holiness Church?
What happened is because of them, plain and simple. Had nothing to do with any salve on any baby.
Well, the rumor is when you put that salve, Dr. Birdlady puts that salve on, that Dr. Birdlady's sworn enemy, the ghost Hurtbird, rematerializes. Lord knows we've had plenty of problems with Ghost Hurtbird over the years.
I think by bringing it up, you bringing bad luck on yourself. I just assume not say the word.
Folks, go back and listen to some of our old podcasts. You won't believe what Ghost Hurtbird has got up to.
And I don't know if that what you say, the words of his back for sure. It was a blinded. I mean, things.
How many times
wind gushed everything else? I don't know what happened. Everybody claims to see that. Of course, those crazy weirdos do because that's what they believe.
You're like an anti-conspiracy theorist. You're like, we have, like, plain as day, your own two eyes, you see it, then you're trying to come up with reasons why you didn't see it.
People ask me, I said, the way I'll answer, I don't know what I saw. I'll say it like that. I'm not going to sit there and say it's definitely this or definitely that. I ain't going down that road. All we know is little Hippie Baby, even though it's not safe because of the Hippie parents.
Right.
Biscuit Hippie Baby is safe and sound, and that's all that matters. Happy Frog Day.
Happy Frog Day.
We happy about that. Regardless of the whole situation, that's all that matters. Baby's fine. Little Hippie outside of having parents that don't give two darns for it because it won't get its shots. Other than that, baby's in good health. Good health.
When Ghost Hurtbird picked that baby up, I thought it was going to fly. I lost sight of it. And then he swooped right back down, like right over our heads.
It was a big gust of something, wind, whatever. Could have blown that baby down the alley. Could have done anything. I don't know for sure if a bird swooped in and got it. Don't know. I'm not going to say that. I ain't 100% sure of that with my...
By this point, I'd kind of lost interest in the contest, and so I was in Biscuit Alley, and people were paying me to tie their arms behind their back.
Why are you in Biscuit? That's dangerous.
Men, women. Well, that's where you go when you want to make money, tying people's arms behind their back. I tied 30, 40 people's arms behind their back because they seen me doing it to Trudy, Patricia, and we put on a sexy show. I think that's why Mercky was so mad at that baby. So I was back there.
Baby ain't got nothing to do with it. Why is he mad at the baby? Because
Mercky takes it out. He gets mad. People looking at his wife instead of his boat, and he takes it out on whoever's.
Tell her to put some clothes on instead of walking around Bane suit all the time.
I think her sister's baby picks up on that bad vibe from Mercky. Just always mad. I think that's why it's always crying. Yeah. But anyway, I made like $400 tying people's arms behind their back.
Lucky you went down Biscuit Alley and were able to walk back out.
I didn't go too far down. I went into the place for kind of near the mouth of it for the hobbyists. I didn't go way in the back where the dark stuff happens. I kind of stayed right on the kind of the imaginary line between the Biscuit District and Biscuit Alley.
Wow.
Where it gets a little right where you're like, shit, I better turn around. That's kind of where I was. Because probably what would have made you want to turn around is seeing me tying the arms behind people.
All right.
Harder and harder.
Whatever it was, it blew that baby back. The baby could have just
The
been blown dust.
bird, I see it come swooping, and it went further and further into the mist and the fog and the screams.
This baby got lost. I'll say that much. This baby got lost back there.
Ghost Heartbird picked up little hippie Biscuit Baby, the anti-vaxxer's baby, little hippie Biscuit Baby, and carried it down Biscuit Alley into the furthest, darkest recesses of it where you would not want to travel by yourself.
Now, there's a lot of people, I know people are sitting there saying, they're coward, there's coward, somebody stand up for that baby stuff. I'm an old man. I don't know if I can do what needs to be done going down that alley in that mist because I don't know what's back down there by myself. Now,
murder.
It has in the past, and worse things, too.
Worse things than murder.
Worse things happen down that Biscuit Alley. All my years, I ain't ever heard anything good come out of Biscuit Alley. So, I said a prayer. I said, please, Lord, let that baby, let the wind blow it back out or whatever it is, come back out and all. But Mayor Bane Jekyll, who was there, he was one of the judges.
He was one of the judges. All the judges were... Because the judges were worried about the safety of the baby, but they had a contest going. They're like, well, should we just give the award to the second place? So they were conferring. The judges, who were the judges?
It was Dilly, Mulerider,
Mayor Bane Jekyll,
Mr. Leaky.
Mr. Leaky was there.
Now, Mr. Leaky ain't a little fella, but he's about an average-sized fella. And Mayor Bane Jekyll, since he's been in office, I guess he's been doing pull-ups, whatever it is.
Yeah, and he's eating all that candy, bulking up, eating candy.
He's big, but even he wouldn't go, back down that Biscuit Alley, and I can't say I blame him.
He was calling cops. He was assembling the forces, but, police don't go into Biscuit Alley. Nobody goes into Biscuit Alley. I mean, you can hang out with the hobbyists near the mouth of it. Near the invisible dividing line between Biscuit District and Biscuit Alley. I got friends near the tip of Biscuit Alley, but I don't know nobody who goes further than the tip.
This is way before I even knew what a Muslim was. Ain't got nothing to do with Muslim. I heard no-go zones long before they said that was for Muslims. Now
Muslims won't go into Biscuit Alley.
Hell no.
ISIS wouldn't go into Biscuit Alley.
This was the original no-go zone, Biscuit Alley, stay out.
It's got a nest back there.
That ain't true. You don't know what's back there. Don't say that. Don't say there's a nest of anything back there.
So the judges and little Cissy Rinseguard, it was Mayor Bane Jekyll sitting up on the dais. It was Mayor Bane Jekyll. It was Mr. Leaky. It was little Cissy Rinseguard, and it was. Are you okay?
I hope so.
And Dilly Mulerider. Dilly Mulerider wanted to. She's trying to get Wesley Press to go back. Are you all right?
I hope so. I don't know.
Happy Frog Day.
Yeah.
So the judges were up there trying to figure out what to do. Little Cissy Rinseguard had gone into some kind of trance. As soon as the Third Pentecostal Church of Holiness Heartbird started chanting, she'd gone into some kind of trance. And she seemed to be out of it.
Well, she'd been weird for a while now. Bless her heart.
They had performances going on all over the Biscuit Baby Days in the Biscuit District, and as soon as that was really sad to hear Drauncey Piddleton from Piano Bar Buffet. Was he the one you liked?
No, I like Combo.
Ripley Combo.
Ripley Combo was good. He, talented and not so boastful and flashy. Look at me, like old Piddleton is. Yeah.
Yeah, Drauncey Piddleton was doing Brick by Ben Folds, and then that.
I don't know what it was.
Heartbird come by, and everybody just started screaming.
Well, everybody was before the contest started. All the youngins, of course, would look at Christian vegetables.
Famous Cabbage and the Christian vegetables.
Famous Cabbage and the Christian vegetables. They all knew Christian vegetables. All knew except Famous Cabbage.
He keeps replacing the Christian vegetables.
Well, he can't find anybody, good enough to, You got to be able to cut the mustard. If you up on there with him, you got to be worth a darn.
He is so he's still popular, more popular than ever, but just judgment, because they followed Mirabella Gennesey, and she's worked Beyonce into her act, so she's doing some Beyonce impressions.
Dottie West, too, spit on red wig.
Dottie West, and then she takes that off, and then she's Beyonce. She doesn't do blackface
No, she don't. What?
And she'll tell you, too, because some people in the audience will go like, hey, blackface. And she'll say, no.
Well, yeah, she got
no, I will not. She has lines that she won't cross.
People should just enjoy it for what it is. They don't need to have put on makeup or nothing.
No,
she puts a red wig on
for Dottie
West. That's about all.
But nobody cares if you put on a red wig.
Well, she does good, Dottie West. I thought
she does.
I like Dottie West.
Her Beyonce, all right. But
Tanya Tucker, she ain't done that. She's still doing Tanya Tucker.
She does Tanya Tucker, famous Tanya Tucker impressionist and part-time prostitute Mirabella, Gennesey. But then famous Cabbage got up there, and he was just so judgmental, like, oh, now we're following a prostitute and, doing her Beyonce Black Panther act, trying to start a race war, and all this stuff. The people are there to see babies eat biscuits. Yeah. Nobody wants to hear a Cabbage insult Beyonce.
Why were they telling? I couldn't figure that out. Why did they want famous Cabbage to put on blackface? They were screaming at him to do
that's just that one guy. Same
guy.
Why
does she want everybody? That don't make any sense to me. I know it's disrespectful, but I don't understand why anybody want it done. It doesn't make any sense.
Man, if I could figure out what people were into, why they were into it. I mean,
he's already dressed up like a cabbage. He already got you put blackface on top of that.
That don't make any sense. It wouldn't make any sense. It looked like something was wrong with him.
Well, that guy's crazy. I wouldn't want him in the audience anywhere.
No, I asked him when I was tying his hands behind his back. I said, "Why do you like blackface? Is that a race thing?" He said, "I don't know. I wanted to say something. I wanted to reach out. He's just trying to connect with the performers."
He's crazy.
So the judges didn't know what to do. The performances were over. Famous Cabbage was sitting there judging Drauncey Piddleton's Ben Folds brick. Goes Hurtbird, swoops down, carries that baby off. People screaming.
Maybe that's the theory. That's the top. It could have been a gust of wind, lightning, something.
Little Cissy Rinseguard screams and falls off the dais. She fainted, or she went into a deeper trance or something, and she fell off the dais. Ambulance was already there, but scared to go down Biscuit Alley, so one of the ambulances took her off.
So we're hoping for the best. We hope for the best. I hope she don't die again. Bless her heart. Bless her little soul. She's been through that enough, but we don't know what happened. Her mom and dad ran off. We'll know, I guess, when the next book comes out. I don't know.
If you want to send cards, send it to the school for kids who've died and gone to heaven and come back several times. They're all kind of.
I go heaven. That's what put her. Everybody.
Little Cissy Rinseguard. I go heaven.
That was the first one. Was good. Yeah. The rest of them I lost.
Now she's more of a dark prophet.
Yeah.
But you can only die so many times.
But that something happened to you. Yeah. Something. That.
Like if I died twice, I'd be like, I'd think, I don't know if I'll ever be the same. But she's died now. What?
I can't keep count. A couple times it's due to, I think, negligence. Her father not knowing she's allergic to things. If you that little girl's daddy, you should know she can't eat peanuts or whatever the hell it is.
Well, they were going through some marital strife. You know how that is.
Hopefully everything going now. We wish her the best.
We wish little Cissy Rinseguard the best.
Last time we hadn't heard anything. They're keeping it private, whatever. We don't know. As far as I know, she's still in the hospital. She could have gone home. We don't know the first thing about it. But last time we saw her, they were taking her off. But
Dilly Mulerider was trying to shame Wesley Press into going in the alley. He would not go. He said he was too busy tutoring somebody who I guess was invisible.
Well, he can't risk himself because he's somebody that's important to the town's children. If your children ain't doing grades, you want him. He's smart as a whip, smartest fella there is. They used to think that he was a Unabomber. He was so smart. He wasn't, but he was smart enough he could have been if he'd wanted to.
Did they ever do that contest between him and the show cows to see who was smarter?
They talked about it for years. I don't know if I think he didn't want to do it because I'm not saying he would be shown up, but there's a chance of it,
Nobody wants to lose to a cow.
Well, you don't want everybody going to be paying that cow to tutor the children for him. I don't know how that works, but still.
I don't know how that would work either.
But that's what people. Well, he ain't smarter than a cow. That puts him out of business.
That'd go from. Can you imagine going from he's smart as a Unabomber to he ain't as smart as a cow?
Why would you even risk that? That's what I'm saying. I don't think this cow's smart. I ain't saying that. I'm just saying why would you put yourself in that position?
Yeah, if you got a brand, you want to protect it.
That's right. So, but he's been very. If you child's slipping in this and grades ain't good, get him down to Wesley Press, smart as a whip, like I said. They thought they come question him.
So people's screaming, The champion, the Biscuit Baby champion, hadn't been crowned yet, but we all knew. It all
started when those Holiness, whatever, church.
Chanting.
When they started that chanting stuff in the wind started blowing, things got dark, and I'm not saying they had anything. I don't understand any of that stuff. But that's when the baby went down the alley, however she did.
Hippie parents screaming, please won't somebody help our baby, and that baby's precious, unscarred arms. A needle has never been near our baby, and now a bird has it, and y'all just sit there.
Well, they didn't know if it's bird.
We let that baby eat so many biscuits for your entertainment, and nobody will help us.
Well, they wouldn't go down there their own selves either.
Well, they're hippies, but they're smarter than that.
Yeah.
I mean, Biscuit Alley, folks. You don't want to go down there.
It's bad news, always has been. I don't even want to repeat what's happened down at Biscuit Alley. Stay clear.
And then I was close enough to see it because I was there at the tip, at the mouth.
I don't know what
There's two separate things. There's the tip of Biscuit Alley and there's the mouth of Biscuit Alley.
Yeah.
But the tip is super close to the mouth.
They connected. One goes to the other mouth, goes tip.
The tip kind of goes into the mouth a little bit.
I wouldn't even get that close. That's too close for me. If I'm in the mouth or I'm in the tip and I'm too damn close to Biscuit Alley, back up, get out. Stay out of there. I'm telling you.
And then I looked up and I seen him marching out of the mist with his army of frogs. I called it an army of frogs to his face. He corrected me. He said it was a congregation of frogs.
Well, he been down there at the swamp so long, those frogs rely on him. He's feeding them, training them, whatever. They know to go where he goes. And whatever he's doing, I've had a few words about him, which anybody would if you... He lived down there in the swamp with a bunch of frogs, preaching to them, as far as I can tell.
Folks, we're talking about Green Bean.
Well...
Green Bean come back to Murfreesboro. He tried to start Look at This Frog 2, a business to cash in on the success of Look at This Frog. Look at This Other Frog. Look at This Frog was Mikey Growler. I called his secretary. You know how much money Look at This Frog made last week, Jackie?
I don't believe it, however much it is. I ain't going to believe a word you say. It shouldn't even be $2 damn. It don't make any sense.
$7 billion.
That's a bunch of bull. Nobody made that much money driving a frog around town. Nobody did. That's bull.
She said that you can call the board.
Now, if Green Bean wanted to make some money, if everybody come watch a bunch of frogs do something together, now that's something I ain't ever seen.
Like a circus.
It's like whatever it is, all those frogs just hopping behind him, went down there, and bless his heart, I know he's been through, I think he's messed up in certain ways. But
he's been through a lot.
He's been through a lot. He got that outfit. He don't even look human at this point.
So,
he don't look. He got arms and legs. That's about it. I don't know what his.
If somehow this is the first podcast you've listened to and you've made it this far, the story of Green Bean is he was one of the Christian vegetables. He got let go. He kept wearing his outfit. He couldn't find work. Things got really rough for him. He wound up in the Bakken oil fields fighting for money. Never won a fight. Got better at fighting, and then he won a bunch of fights. I may have those mixed up. But anyway, he got hit in the head a bunch. He got beat up with some golf clubs, and he come back to Murfreesboro after reading in Entertainment Weekly that Mikey Growler was making a bunch of money off Look at This Frog, which was a frog he found in the swamp with a growth on it, and then he started driving around people's house so you could look at. And then he got here, he had Look at This Other Frog. It didn't do so good. He just wound up in the swamps preaching to frogs.
Something wrong with him, bless his heart.
Last week he was trying to sell some coffee, Frog Church coffee.
He won't ever take that outfit off, and that's why he looks the way he does now. Never would took, the job was gone. He wasn't Chris Vegetable no more, but he refused to take Green Bean outfit off.
Yeah.
Or everywhere he went. It didn't make any sense. He stunk bad. I'm sorry to say this. I don't like to say it about people, but it's like fused into his skin or something.
Yeah.
It don't even look like a Green Bean costume. It look like rags.
Like a man made out of rags.
Looks like an old movie Elephant Man, something like that.
Yeah.
Big bundled up and stuff in, but it's into his skin. You think you could take it. He can't take it off now because he didn't take it off for so long.
No.
He's stuck looking like that.
And living in the swamp doesn't make you clean.
He's a mess. I know it. He's a mess down there. He did it.
But when everyone else in Murfreesboro was scared to rescue that hippie unvaccinated baby, Green Bean and his army congregation of frogs come marching from the mist. The swamps where he lives butts right up against the rear end of Biscuit Alley, the tail end there, and I guess he just marched straight up that back entrance. And I guess Hurt Ghost Bird is scared of frogs, or the frogs overpowered it.
I don't know. All that matters, he come out of there with a little biscuit hippie baby and not a scratch on it, and everything's fine, everybody's all right, and that's all that matters.
Well, Jim Beavers got hurt by a frog.
Wow.
Jim Beavers, that brings me to my sponsor this week, Jim Beavers, formerly of Comcast Cable. He's been through a lot, too. Lord knows. He's been in the hospital.
He had his share of bad luck, yeah.
One of them frogs, I don't know, it just kind of, I think the frog tried to jump up on the table where the babies were, and it got startled by, it didn't, like, Trudy Patricia's baby started crying, and it scared the frog. This frog kind of like twisted in mid-jump.
What?
And landed on Jim Beaver's head and knocked Jim Beavers over, and he hit his head on that trash bucket.
I didn't see any of that. I know he was hurt.
Yeah, he's back in the hospital. He's back. And the last thing, I was like, Jim, are you okay? And I reached down, and the last thing he said to me, he said two things. He said, Robert Urich and Willy Wonka.
Wow.
And then he passed out. So I don't know if Jim Beavers, formerly of Comcast Cable, was telling me two separate things, Robert Urich and Willy Wonka, or if he was saying Robert Urich would have made a good Willy Wonka, which he would have. I'm not sure until he wakes up out of that coma. I don't guess any of us are going to know for sure.
I didn't know he was that bad. Bless his heart.
Every time something like this happens, it seems that Jim Beavers gets the worst of it.
I'm telling you, I don't care who you are. You see those people show up chanting and making a hooting and hollering, making that
if
noise.
I was Jim Beavers,
get the hell out of there.
Yeah, especially Jim Beavers.
Yeah.
So my sponsor this week, and I just took the $25 out of his wallet. While
He's
he
in the
there.
hospital in a coma, and you took $25 from him.
Yeah, I rolled him over and took his wallet out and stole $25 out. I mean, took it to be sponsored.
What?
And then I put his wallet back in his britches and flipped him back over. And then the paramedics got there.
I'm going to go down to the hospital. I need to go see him anyway. I get a $25 right back to him.
So that's Jim Beavers, formerly of Comcast Cable, Robert Urich, Willy Wonka.
Okay.
So, of course, everybody was just flipping out over the Green Bean saving this baby. Saving a baby is great.
The best thing you can do. And bless his heart, like I said, he's got troubles. He's messed up, but he did a good thing, and I guess he deserves all that he's gotten, I suppose. Mayor Bane Jekyll decreed, it's just 2 days ago, decreed it's Frog Day. That's what it is.
He said, we're going to do it 2 days from now. He
Yep.
said, they were like, why 2 days? He said, am I the mayor or are you the mayor?
Yeah.
2 days from now is damn Frog Day.
Yeah.
Like, what is Frog Day? He said, okay, if you're going to keep asking questions, y'all have to, every podcast has to say Happy Frog Day like a million damn times or whatever.
Say a million. You say it so many times I can't remember, but there's a number on it, but it's a lot.
It's like, what? That doesn't make. He said, okay, we're shutting the city down. Everybody has to, mandatory Frog Day. Every one of y'all, the cops going to be driving around to see how y'all celebrating it. They're like, what? And he's like, okay, I'll keep going if you want to keep mouthing off to me.
Just shut your mouth.
You got to put decorations up. If you ain't got decorations up, I'm going to fine you. Even Green Bean was like, what? Like, hey, can maybe not. Calm down. I'd never seen Green Bean. Green Bean kind of come back to himself a little bit and was like, are you okay?
Well, he going to think it's all in the name of him, like it's his fault. All he did was a good thing, is help babies. And I know he wants... All this frog stuff is fine. Look, every bit of it, I don't mind saying Happy Frog Day if it reminds people that...
Happy Frog Day, by the way.
That's fine with me. Decorating, I don't mind. Put a lily pad in the window. You're supposed to put like a lily picture, a lily pad, put it in the, tape it in the window or something. I don't mind doing that.
You're supposed to keep your garbage out and warm to attract flies so all the frogs have something to eat.
that's fine anyway, because, at that time of week, it's trash backs up anyway before we come get it, especially around here, these parts. And so that ain't an issue even with me. But I think it's going against freedom of religion. As far as I'm concerned, that's going against freedom of religion. You're supposed to take a frog, if you got a pet frog, or get you a frog and take them down and let them loose frog church down the swamp. Now, I don't got no frog. I don't have a frog. And now he's telling me you're going to be city ordinance that I better get me a frog quick and take it down there.
Mm-hmm. If you have a pet frog, you have to free it.
To get it baptized. And I think that's blasphemous. There's freedom of religion. If Hobby Lobby can do all this and not have to give out stuff, I can do the same thing. So I ain't trying to be defiant or something, anything like that, because I don't mind celebrating. I mean, he got a key to the city, everything else. They give Green Bean a key to the city. I think that's plenty. If you want to have Frog Day, that's fine. I'll put the lily pad in the window. I'll let the garbage sit. But when you tell me to take a frog down to the swamp to let Green Bean baptize it, then you stepping over liberty or something. That's freedom of religion. And I ain't going to partake in something I think is blasphemous. I'm sorry, but that's how I feel about it. Jesus didn't baptize no frogs. I'm saying it right now.
Well, Jackie, I hate to say this to somebody, but you're starting to sound a little bit like Famous Cabbage.
What?
Famous Cabbage also confronted Mayor Bane Jekyll and said that Famous Cabbage don't like it when the spotlight's off him, especially when it's a former Christian vegetable, because he's fired so many Christian vegetables since they got back together and became Famous Cabbage and the Christian Vegetables, and there's just so many. It's like Menudo members.
I can't keep up with what.
So if other former Christian vegetables start banding together and getting more popular than Famous Cabbage, and what's Famous Cabbage gonna do? He can't fight in the Bakken oil fields.
Well, he's jealous, and I understand that. And he's used to the spotlight being on him, and I think it's fine to let it go for a little. You didn't save a baby that day. Let Green Bean have a little bit of a spotlight, but he's going around saying that Green Bean did all this, like made it.
Conspiracy theories.
Put it all together to get something to take that baby down. He can't
smart
control
enough.
the weather. He's crazy as hell.
Well, it was a ghost heartburn. It wasn't the weather.
It was. The people chanting. If I was investigating this, I'd talk to all those Pentecostal.
I would start
Baptists,
with the people in the robes chanting. Yeah, I would start there.
And let it see where you wind up. But Famous Cabbage, I think he's just jealous is what it is. But now, I used to love his show. It's the best thing on TV. It's on cable access, put it on there, and he just talks about stuff. You think, if you listen to this and think this is worth a darn,
you should listen to Famous Cabbage.
There's nothing, I ain't ever heard nothing like it. You just get
people loved him. People loved it. But something about this week, it seems like it turned the corner. Like people
ain't all
he's
doing, you used to could watch that and hear about whatever he's talking about. All he's doing is using it as a forum to talk about this conspiracy things. And some of his conspiracy theories were fine, and there's some thought behind it, because he's come up with some different ideas that I went, But this just seems petty to me. I think he's just trying to run Green Bean down because he's jealous, and that seems, you grown man, you don't need to be that way. I mean, I know you dressed up like a cabbage and all that, but still, you don't need to be this way. People ain't taking to it. People don't like a show as much. You keep this up, you ain't going to have anybody watching.
It ain't like Green Bean making any money off this. He just went back to the swamp with his army congregation of frogs. I mean, people bring the frogs down to get them baptized. He doesn't even like that. He hates people. He doesn't want them there. But he's putting up with it because he knows, at least the swamp cops aren't going to show up and beat him up anymore.
That's my freedom of religion, liberty. You making me do something that I think is blasphemous. I think a mayor, and I've liked the mayor up to this point. There ain't nothing he done a good job. I may have had some harsh words for him years ago. Snakeheads too, all that. I go on and on.
Like a different person.
Now he found his niche, or so I thought. But I think this is the first time since he's been mayor that I've second-guessed him. I think this is wrong, and I think pretty soon we're gonna have lawyers, attorneys, everything else here, and we've been lucky to stay clear of that. Ain't we got enough terrible stuff going on as it is? You won't bring a bunch of lawyers down here for that.
We don't need them fancy Nashville lawyers down here.
We got crazy weather, a ghost, or what? You go down the list. We don't need lawyers coming here trying to profit out. Just change. Like I said, I'll put a lily pad up. I'll let the garbage sit. I'll say Happy Frog Day all day long on Frog Day. But you ain't going to get me to catch
Happy
a frog
Frog Day,
or buy a frog and take it down the swamp and have anybody baptize it. Sorry, I ain't going to do it.
Are you saying that... Does that offend you because you like Jesus, or does that offend you?
What do you mean? Of course I like Jesus. I love Jesus.
Some people would say that's like, no, freedom of religion. I don't have to have my frogs baptized because Christianity's stupid. But you're saying it's an insult to Jesus.
Insult to
baptize
Jesus
a frog.
did not come down to earth to die for a frog sins or a frog. No, sir, that's offensive to me.
Well, Jackie, on our Twitter... I think you said similar things last week, and I don't know if I can find this real fast, but I just want to say that on our Twitter, we got a tweet to you, and it said, Brother Broles. This is a part of the podcast where I look for something on my phone.
Yeah.
It basically said, I forget the verse, but it was, I think, from Mark, and it was like something preach unto all the animals of the world. Brother Broles.
Good Lord put animals on the world for us to enjoy, play with, eat, train.
Smart cows.
Capture, all those things. And I believe that, and I believe God's creatures should be loved. But when you're saying baptize it in the name of Jesus Christ, you're going to have, I'm sorry.
Rob Fontaine said, Brother Broles, please remember Mark 16:15. Preach the good news unto every creature. # Frog Church Coffee. Thanks, yeah. Rob. Thank you for listening to the podcast and setting Jackie Broles straight.
Preaching one thing and baptizing something else. I think that's taking a step too far. I think it's to me, that's blasphemous.
Frogs like water. The frog
well, why do you need to put more water on it? Frogs already out in the water, probably. That's odd. Frog don't need any extra water.
Out of the water to drive it down to the swamp.
No.
You get to the swamp.
Put it back in the water. It don't make any sense. Leave it be. Leave the frog. If you love the frogs, and like the Lord loves the frogs and everything else, leave them be. They don't want to be picked up. They don't want to be carried around. They don't want to be put in a box. They don't want to be drove all over town.
Look.
They want to be left alone to eat the flies that live in the swamp. Let the frogs do what the frogs do. Now, if you want to go down there and live with them, do all that, so be it. I ain't even going to question that.
Well, now you sound like the Third Pentecostal Church of Holiness, Hertberg, Ghostburg, because ever since they seen Green Bean emerge from the mists of Biscuit Alley with the damn baby in his arm, what they took is a rebuke, a defeat of Ghost Hertberg. Now they're living in the swamp too.
Well,
now they're living in the swamp, Jackie. They went down to the costume shop where the famous Christian vegetables get all their costumes, and they got a bunch of frog outfits, and they traded in their robes for them frog outfits, and they live it, and they don't look like frog. They like a little cap.
He don't want you. If you like him, he don't want anybody
down
there.
No, he hates him being there. He hates it.
He don't care how you dress. You just making it worse for him.
So now he's got a bunch, the Third Pentecostal Church of Green Bean Frog Church, and they're working on the name.
Yeah.
And then everybody's showing up with the damn frogs, and it's like illegal to not come with a frog. And he's just like, I should have let that bird kill that baby.
All right, don't make it worse for him. Leave that man alone. Leave him down there with his frogs. That's fine. He don't want me coming down there bringing more frogs. He don't want anybody down there. Leave him be.
Funny thing is, when you show up to have your frog baptized, he's got that key to the city shoved up his ass. I don't know why. He's just walking around with the key to the city in his ass. I don't know why.
Because he's crazy. He's homeless, living in the swamp. He's crazy. I'm glad he saved the baby, but actually,
Man, this was a cult-themed episode. A lot of talk about people, cults and animals. Cults and animals, I guess, is what this one was about.
We got to wrap this up because we got to get down Petco for the clothes, get some frogs, take them down there.
Happy Frog Day, by the way,
Happy Frog
everybody.
Day, everybody. We didn't talk, we'll get back in the news next week, but
there's too much local news. We should have one that's local news and one that's other news.
That's fine, but either way, we're running out of town. If we don't get down there before, we're going to get a ticket, and
I'm so sick of going down to the swamp.
Well, he don't even want to say, but we got to go get some damn frogs and take it down there. Pitiful. You know, I don't know where to find a frog. I ain't got time to go running looking for a frog. Go Petco buy like a frog.
Have you got the money? Because I paid.
Don't cost but $2 or $3. That's fine.
I gave all my money to Mirabella, Gennesey, because I tied her arms behind her back, and then she charged me.
All right, I'll buy a frog if you take it down there. Just save me a trip.
All right. That's a deal. And
that's
what Frog Day is all about, the spirit of cooperation.
Well, whatever it is. We're going to play just a beginning song this time. We didn't have time. We're not going to play the last song. I don't want anybody confused.
No, normally we play 2 songs.
We play 2 songs, one at the beginning, one at the end. Now we're just going to play the one that's
the beginning song at the end.
And then that's it, because I ain't got time to do the other song. But I don't want anybody to keep listening, No,
after the first song at the end, that's the end of it.
That's it. Don't be waiting for the last song to think it's over. You're just going to be sitting there. And if you in Murfreesboro right now, you either have already been down there and back, or we're running out of time. We got to get down there. So we're going to go Petco. Thank y'all for listening.
Happy Frog Day.
Happy Frog Day.
Hey, look at there. You see him? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home red state update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.